Hello, and welcome back to CrestVahllen D&D The Argent Flame. This will be episode 13, Buried History. Without further ado, let's do the recap of the previous episode. The band remember tales of purple worms turning the ore and rock that they devour into precious metals and gems, leading them to do some rectal excavation in search of valuable materials. Zemdak delves up the creature's massive posterior as other members rest and recuperate. After some prizes are mined, the gang scour the coiling tunnels left in the worm's wake for more, eventually coming across a large lumpy mass of stone, ore, and gems at the bottom of a steep slope. Upon further inspection of the wormstone, deposits of copper, silver, gold, diamonds, and adamantine are discovered as part of its constituent materials. Argus and Zemdak set up a makeshift mining camp and do their best to harvest the valuable materials in a timely fashion, while others keep watch and guard the tunnel entrance. At the mention of adamantine, Revik has a vision of a previously corrupted memory file in which a large construct, seemingly entirely made of adamantine, is being constructed before him, nudging an elf at his side. Messages are sent to Argus's father requesting that he send some trusted help to mine the wormstone of adamantine, as hope is held out. Meanwhile, Log has not stopped trying to saw off the head of the spineless creature, making a gruesome mess. Standing guard, Revik notices a sound of approaching footsteps, and as much of the party prep themselves, hiding mostly, for visitors, a group of construction miners arrive. Now, let's get back to the action. Welcome back to CrestVahllen. Hello, and welcome back to CrestVahllen D&D The Argent Flame. Last we left off, after trying to mine this weird purple wormstone, the group had come upon, or at least a group of miners had come upon the corpse as Revik meeting them. You see a group of gnomes and dwarves, some humans among them, kind of sally up to them. A few of them rush to the side of the purple worm, just like, whoa, and come up to you and go like, Ular, was this your doing?
Yes, I killed it.
Roll. That's... it's a lie by omission, I guess, because...
He made damage.
You did, but...
I'm not bragging.
Sure. I'm still
no
gonna
one
say,
else is here.
Sure. I'm still going to say that's
a persuasion check or a deception check.
I'm still going to say a deception check, but it's a lower DC than it would be if you tried to be like, no, it was just fucking me.
I'm all that man. I don't really care whether or not they believe me, though.
Sure. It's more of just establishing... it's more of establishing a rapport with people than it is like them making you believe them, because
he doesn't care about
7.
rapport.
7. They're like, sure you did. So if this ain't your kill, I guess you have no rights by scavenge a derelict to it then.
Keep walking.
Oh, aye? And who are you to be telling me what to do? You guys have a stare down for a little bit. Are you attempting to intimidate them?
Sure.
Okay.
Revik just statues them.
Yeah.
Just staring at them.
How many of them are there?
There appears to be 13 of them.
Are these the dwarves we saw earlier?
7.
7 again.
Yep.
Get another 7 and you get a DM inspiration.
Ting, 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 ting.
I'm sorry, what was the question? Were they the same ones?
Yeah.
Are you there?
I'm in like a midway point, honestly.
I
know.
can't answer your question. Are they the same ones? They appear to be the same ones, Log. Seeing as Safka, you are blinded.
Can I peek out through that side of the mouth? Just kind of
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, roll a perception check for me.
Ooh, that's gonna be not great. I rolled a 6.
So what's your total? I need to know your total.
Sorry. So 6 plus 8.
That's a 9.
9. Oh, it's a 9?
It's upside down.
Oh, shoot.
That little line is the bottom?
Yeah. I'm so tired. And I have a headache.
There's green tea over there.
We have coffee and green tea.
Sake.
Do you have
coffee.
Advil?
Yes. I'll go get you some.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, 17.
17. Okay, you see what looks like 13 dwarves of familiars, not dwarves, of dwarves, gnomes, and humans of familiar stature and of the like. It looks like they're either coming back from a hard, long day's work or week's work, or you don't know. But they do look like those that you have passed before on your second roadblock. You didn't really take too much of a note of their forms and figures and faces, but they look vaguely familiar.
I'm sitting there watching. Are any of them armed? How much of a threat do I assess them to be?
I'll roll perception check.
20, dirty 20.
20. So they are
21.
21. Okay, so they are as armed as miners out in a dangerous mining shaft in a triway that could be set upon by a numerous amount of enemies would be. So we're talking light armor, short swords, mining picks, possible war hammers. They have enough to defend themselves from bandits or other creatures of the underground, as they have been obviously trained to do.
And none of them are making any threatening moves toward drive up in here?
Not at the moment. It's more of like a standoff than anything. It's like a tense standoffishness kind of. He's like, so if this ain't your kill, then you don't have rights to it. And like all the others are just like, there's a couple of the others that are like, oh man, it's a purple worm. Like, wow. You see one of them lift a flap from the butt, be like seeing, because they know how these works too. Like, you see anything?
Yeah. If they make any kind of threatening move toward them, I'm going to step out.
Okay. You're gonna make your presence known?
Yes, if they seem to be threatening.
Great. You let me know when you feel that. I'll say that, I mean, essentially we're not in initiative right now,
Right.
but for all intents and purposes, you're holding your action to be like, excuse me.
right. Yeah.
Sure. Got you. So you let me know at if any time role-playing this when you want to step out, and then we'll put you on top of the stack. Okay. Log, you are hidden, correct? Where are you hiding again?
Well, I'm just invisible.
Oh, that's right. You're just standing there still. Very Kronk aside on the Emperor's New Groove up against the wall.
Yeah, just stand aside.
Humming to himself. Very, very, very quietly. Cool.
He warned us. Like, you shouted down to us.
Yes, you guys are aware, but I assume you're not really doing much about it. But it's up to you.
I want to see if we have to get out of here quick. I want to see if we can gather as much as possible. So I'm going to ask Conk, like, is there a piece of the adamantine that's sort of like sticking out on its own?
You want to see if you could like snap a piece off?
Yes.
Okay, like I said, if the adamantine is attached to any of the other adamantine, if it's all one piece, there's no fucking possible way you could snap it because of how it's the strongest material ever.
Gotcha.
You can't, the tensile strength is beyond belief. So the only way you could do it is if it was a standalone floating piece, like in a 3D printer, that is surrounded by either stone or other pieces of metal.
So melting the metal, the gold and silver, did I free any?
Can someone hand me that
standalone swirls?
We're gonna roll this. So we're gonna roll this. I don't need that. I just need this. We're gonna roll this. You want high. A 12 or higher. There is a piece of adamantine that is not constituent and not attached to the other parts of adamantine that is smaller that could be broken off. Anything a 11 or lower, it is all one piece.
Okay.
Depending on how well you go above 12, it could be multiple pieces. Okay. Natural one.
Jesus.
It is all one massive, heavy piece.
That's fine. Maybe time to go.
Yeah, there's no way we're gonna get this out.
Make sure both of the shields are in the bag, and climb on Conk and start climbing out.
Okay.
just in
I
case
have
we need
try
to
to
leave.
climb after him because.
I'll let you go first. I'll catch you if you fall again.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and roll an athletics check.
And, I think I'm standing like up at the top of the rope because I had done like the telephone kind of thing with message and stuff. So
Sure.
19.
19. You're okay. You don't. You also like surprisingly don't make a lot of noise. You're okay. You're like, I got this. Clank, clank my ass. Great.
Gather up the ropes, block and tackle.
Sure,
stow
that's
it
going to
all
take you a
back
bit.
away. Yeah.
The rest of you were having a bit of a bout. Well, not a bout, but there's some tension growing here.
I'm not planning to attack them
Sure.
or try to physically prevent them from doing anything. They're civilians
They are.
and they're dwarves.
That's true.
So I just stand here and watch. So unless they
There's
try
a-
to do something to me or one of them, I have no intention of intervening.
Okay.
So they can crawl right up that worm butt if that's what they
Okay. Granted. It is a collection of dwarves, gnomes, and humans.
Okay.
But yes, you have no. You're not trying. You're just saying keep walking, and if they don't obey you, you don't attend.
to enforce my will
Exactly.
physically.
Okay. You got it. Chewy, stop. I know there's a lot of food over there. Don't do it. Okay. I'm gonna roll to see how bold these individuals are.
Okay.
They're tired. They've just been mining.
Reasonably bold. They are tired. Don't try to justify my... Great. So, they're reasonably bold. Some of them do attempt to, like, one of them takes their axe and starts, like, cutting the bottom and, like, peeling back the tail end of it and, like, looking at it and, like, do you see anything? I don't see anything. I don't see shit. I literally don't see shit. I don't want to look up there. I'm not looking up there. You might make me, would you just crawl in there? Don't worry. I'm like, I swear on me mum, you're not gonna make me crawl up there. I'm not gonna do it. They're conversing among themselves. What are you chewing on?
are you talking to log right now? Or?
Buddy,
Is he just finding stray pieces of cheese maybe on the
I
floor?
hope that's all it is.
I don't think there's anything down here that...
He was chewing on his
Okay.
his claws earlier, and it was making a crunching noise when he was basically trimming his claws.
Oh, okay.
Or
That's
her
not too
own
bad.
claws.
Yeah.
Um, Okay, so the rest of them appear to kind of like you're a just existing. You're a rather large and imposing figure. Also, these people aren't like they're dumb, but they're not like super dumb. They know that you're a warforged, and they're like, well, shit. So just that is intimidating on its own. So one of the guys just kind of like, starts to eye, and a couple of the others start to like back him up, and you just kind of get that kind of the gang mentality thing of being like, are you sure you want to start this kind of deal? They don't understand that you're not going to do anything, but they're on the defensive, but also offensive, kind of being like, this could be a treasure trove. You're only one dude. We're 13 people. Maybe you should keep walking. Sure.
I'm gonna try and peek out and see if I can spot one of them, just anyone in particular, and I'm gonna latch on with my mind.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Oh god, yeah. 25.
25.
Yeah.
You have the two that you have the best, like, I don't want to say eye contact, but contact with their like full frame and their head, specifically in their cranium. One is the one that is leading the group of people examining the posterior end, and the one that is kind of trying to get a bunch of people together. That's having this like a light confrontation with Revik.
I want to do the one that's doing the light confrontation with.
Okay,
Revik.
cool. You
And-
make a connection.
Yeah. and I'm-
What's the range of that?
I just have to be able to see them within 30 feet.
30 feet. You are not within 30 feet of the one that's doing the confrontation. You can move closer to do so. You are within 30 feet of the one leading the excavation of the posterior.
Okay, I'm gonna do the posterior one though.
Okay.
But I'm gonna come through.
He's
with,
being like, I bet you 10 gold you can't fucking get up there as fast
Why?
as he can.
And I'm gonna come through with a deeper voice and go, "Why are you interfering with my kill and my oh god, I can't think of the word right now.
Okay.
Servant.
My prey?
Servant.
My
Why are you interfering
servant.
with my kill and my servant?
Okay, go ahead. Roll an intimidation check at advantage because a disembodied voice in someone's mind is not very settling.
It's better when it landed there cocked. Fuck. 13.
13. You see him like look around and just open hand slap the human behind him. That's not funny. And he's like, don't.
What's not funny?
Yeah. At this point,
If at
I'm
any
gonna.
point-
I'll walk out and walk up to Revic. I'm like, Revic, thank you.
From the shadows.
Thank you. I needed a moment to contact my order. Gentlemen, can we help you?
Ooh. Nicely done. Please roll. I'm guessing this is intimidation, slightly, or are you trying to do persuasion? It's up to you. I feel intimidated.
It's,
So.
yeah.
It's that casual intimidation.
Yeah, it's that
Right.
you're like,
This
Like
is
just me.
Just
right
my
after
order,
the
you
last
know.
thing. Jeez.
Just let
take
the-
a look at my massive gun. Can I help you?
Oh,
My
The
massive
power
goat
speak.
hoof.
Crappy.
My massive
It's
go-to.
advantage roll again.
oh, it's an advantage?
It's at advantage.
Oh,
That's
okay.
correct.
12. So
12
great.
total. Okay, so everyone here takes a beat, and just kind of like, because they all know the order of the open hoof. And then one of them clears the throat. He's like, right, well, just passing through. We noticed that this is too much worm for one or two people to handle, so we thought we might assist and maybe take a cut of whatever it is you find. It doesn't look like you'll be able to harvest enough of it, being you're only two individuals, and the rest will just go to waste, so why not let us help you out?
So I'll apply in Dwarven, actually.
Okay.
I'm like, sir, I think that's an admirable idea, but I doubt you're going to have enough hands to carry everything that you may find in there. I would highly suggest going and getting a wagon or something to carry a cart. You should have one near, shouldn't you?
Go ahead and roll persuasion check. As he's like,
Yeah. 18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Cronin, Fagan, why don't you go ahead and head back to the clearance site and grab one of those wagons? We might need a little more help here than we thought. Yes, that's right. We'll send them and take a few with you. And in the meantime, we'll stay here and make sure nothing disturbs it.
Oh, I doubt anything's going to move that thing, but please.
That's right. If you don't mind, we'll just be on the other side of the street, not bothering you. Copacetic.
Pleasure.
Great. You just kind of sense that, I'm watching you, you're watching me, everything's okay, we're at a standstill, nothing's gonna happen, everyone stay cool, West Side Story, play it cool. Cool. That's what's happening. Log, you witness this. Sofka, you hear all of this as you're peeping out of, there's teeth, and you're just got like an eye and like one of the, between two of the
red
teeth.
eye just peeking out through a tooth.
Yeah. Great. As you're witnessing this, at the moment, then, none are proceeding to tamper with the corpse, as some are now taking a well-deserved breather with how much land they've trudged through today. You also know that whatever wagon they sent to go grab could be
away.
at least a day away. Roll an insight check for me.
10.
10. They seem moderately trustworthy. It seems like they're going to do what they say they're going to do. But they're hard to read.
Can you just let me know when I get out of the tunnel?
Sure.
helping
About this
him.
time, you guys get out of the tunnel.
Is it the same dwarves that were opening?
Well, you guys get out of the top. Do you guys want to go all the way
yeah.
to the other 100,
We were
200 feet?
taking the
I was
tackles.
gathering up the ropes and things.
Yeah. I mean, this whole thing takes a matter of like 10 minutes.
Sure.
And it does about that for you. So you are at the top of the tunnel where you like throw the block and tackle
Yeah.
and throw the
Then
ropes
I'm
in there. Are you
gathering
guys
all my
intending to
stuff
just trounce out
Yes.
of the 200? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait until I see them coming back, and then I will hop in with them as they come out.
Okay, one of the individuals that was sent to go get the wagon was one of the individuals that you spoke into your mind with.
Okay.
He's like, "Alright, anything to get out of here. This thing is fucking creepy." He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I didn't hit you. Why you keep saying I hit you?" It's just one of the tall humans. Like, I didn't say anything. And he slaps him on the thigh. You shut your trap. I've had enough of your galley-lagging. Like, I didn't... Oh, my mum said I would be mistaken for a lot of crimes. I don't know why she said that, but...
But
Poor guy.
as we walk out, one of the things I want to be saying is, "Oh, this puppet woman will make a great story. I can't wait to send it to the college."
Oh, as you, like, you're just kind of talking to yourself as
Yeah,
you
like no,
walk
as
out
we're
of the
going out, like
shadows?
just talking to them, like, "Oh, this
Sure.
is gonna like."
Are all three of you trying to, like, orchestrate your exit at the same time?
I'm trying to orchestrate my exit with them.
So as
were
we
already
walk
talking.
out,
Sure.
he's gonna join.
Yeah.
join
I would
in
be
and then just kind of mention
Sure.
the college and everything.
As
like
you
that.
saunter out of the shadows into the more lit, because there's torches about that they were carrying with them. Granted, because the humans can't see in the dark, and it's just you get color when you have light, so it's just easier.
Hey, gentlemen.
You all walk out and you see a bunch of them setting up, like, to do a little rest, maybe like warming up some food or having, like, chewing at some trail rations. You, Zemdak, Cole, and Argus.
I walk
Come
out
out?
as well because I was also waiting for them. To...
Sure, you could do that. So all four of you walk out very, like, slow-mo superhero style, as Cole's behind, being like, "Oh, this will make a great addition to
The college, like, I'm making sure I mention the college that way, just
Okay,
so
cool.
that way they can hear, kind of thing.
Roll just a straight charisma check for me.
Okay.
See if you can establish some provenance here.
20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You see, as one of them was drinking, like, they do this, like, did I hear you correctly that one of you is with the college?
Aye. I'm with the Bardic College.
Why?
Can we help you?
No, we just thought we might lend a hand because it looks like you got more than what you can salvage before this thing goes bad. But I mean, far be it from us to interfere in manners of the order or the college.
Would you guys like to let them help? I mean,
You can harvest anything out of that thing, by all means.
Hey, telepath, tell them to cut the head off.
I mean, we're what, like another week still from Minheim?
Around that, yeah.
I mean, this is all gonna
If
rock.
not a little
yes?
more. Yeah, it's definitely not going to travel well. None of this is actually exceptionally edible. Only the certain parts of it will be harvestable for especially the gems and the ores and the veins within it.
This seemed to be a little malnourished. We've already checked, as you can see, it's a bit cut open. It's not much.
Roll persuasion, Jack. Why do you talk, Zemdak? That's not bad.
Because I think 10.
Yeah. He's like Descartes. I think, therefore I talk.
it's like most gnomes.
Like most gnomes, yeah.
If you give me a chance to talk, I'm gonna talk.
Great.
How persuasive I'm gonna be is
So what'd you get?
10.
10 total? Do you have a minus in charisma?
No,
Or what-
I rolled a 10.
Oh, okay, it's straight. I'm sorry. I thought it was more than that.
I
Great.
have 0 charisma.
You're like,
Even I have a +1 charisma.
I don't have a negative, but I don't have a positive.
His charisma's like my intelligence. It
Yes.
just doesn't exist.
that's
It's average.
that's a good point, but I mean, we'll do what we can.
Yeah. What's left here is yours,
Well, that's mighty
Except
kind of
the
you.
head.
except the head. My friends would like it as a trophy. We did kill it.
You're joking.
No, You can see they already got it. They've got it about a third of the way off so far.
And how do you expect to transport this large trophy without a wagon?
I point to the Warforged. My friend's very strong.
Why?
Did you think about that?
Of course not. I was waiting for him to cut off the head and then talk to him about that. So.
Now what? I guess I live here.
We got rope. We can just drag it.
Right.
Sure.
Sledge.
You said it's not edible. Nobody knows how to cook this thing?
No, unfortunately, the meat is far too tough to digest.
Stews? Not even?
No, it's mostly minerals. Apparently, most of what it eats actually gets put into its constituent
You
matter.
like eating
so
rocks.
You like eating a rock, yeah. It's a great source of calcium if you can digest
I was
it.
just going to say calcium supplement. Yeah.
If you can digest it.
Is it
Right.
is it stomach acid useful for anything or anything like that?
If you can harvest it properly, but getting a look at how this has been slightly aged and how butchered it is, I doubt it's harvestable. I assume that was all done during... You didn't find this beached? You found this beached, correct?
No, we killed this yesterday.
Oh.
It ate him.
We-
I'm going to point at Revik and say it ate him for a while.
We
I mean,
are
it ate him. It's standing right here.
we are the Argent
Oh, we
Flame.
got it back.
Roll a persuasion check for me. Yes, the
Them?
bard. Telling the tales.
Yes.
Et tu, Brute?
You gotta be fucking kidding me. 17.
17. That's still pretty good.
Oh no, I know. I rolled a 6. I just have a great fucking
Yeah.
persuasion skill.
He's like, well, that's shit as a tale. Here's the deal. Seeing as there's not really much we can do with this, we can, how about this? There's not much more that we can harvest from this, if anything at all. But what we can do is take it off your hands. If this tale of you killing a purple worm and not moving it out of the way of the triway gets to certain ears, you might be charged a certain facilitation fee by, of course, the keepers of the triway and mostly likely Clan Galdemir.
Inside check.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
inside
gonna
check.
say.
I was going
Sure.
that way
Is
too.
that really a law?
Like a maintenance fee to move this thing out of the way because it's stopping trade.
24.
24.
15.
15, 24. He is absolutely, he's not lying through its teeth, but he is stretching the truth as far as he can fucking stretch it. He's not lying about how there are people that do this, and he's probably one of them, but they don't get paid by you. They get paid by the taxpayers that get paid from this. So essentially he's saying, cut out the middleman, pay me, and I just won't mention it. And you'll save a bunch of taxpayers some money.
Flash my triumvirate badge a little bit. This kill has
Is that
already been
the current one? The one that you had from when you were... Okay.
This kill has already been reported ahead to Minheim. They are sending a group to take care of it.
That's not allowed.
That's not allowed! Oh, shit! Am I going to make you roll a persuasion check?
I will also be writing a report to the Feldspark about, what we found here.
Okay, I'm going to say this. Because you flashed your badge, roll a persuasion check at advantage.
15.
15, not bad. Not bad at all. Well, you can't blame a guy for trying to get some extra work every once in a
course
while.
not.
Just trying to, I got to take care of me miners and me compatriots. Of course, you understand.
You also understand. It'll take them 5 or 6 days to get here.
By the time they get here, it'll be mostly eroded, and whatever trade's going through here.
And we're on our way, so whatever happens in the next 6 days, it's not our problem.
All right. Well, if you don't mind, we'll just, since this seems like a good spot to set up camp. Ew! And he just yells down. The guys that were sent to get the wagon just come right back. They didn't go very far. They just hit around the corner.
If you're looking down its tunnel, be careful.
It's
It drops
not.
straight off. A couple 100 feet, no bottom.
Right. Well, I think we're just gonna give this one a miss. Then, not really worth it. We already nearly risked our lives at the last one. Heard some screams and tremors, so I think we're good. I think we're just gonna catch our breath here.
Do you mind an escort?
No, not at all.
I mean, larger
especially
group.
not by the triumvirate, the order, and the.
A larger group's going to be a
and the
safer
college.
group,
I
yes.
mean, it's a veritable assortment of who's who here now, isn't it?
Larger group's going to be a safer group, yeah?
Of course, not at all. No problem at all. I'd be appreciate. Do we? Should I put this as a tax write-off or something? Do I owe you anything for your escort business?
Maybe some fresh food. Do you have any of that? Just,
Right,
victuals here and there.
I mean, I got some mushroom souffle.
I mean, that sounds delicious. A little bit of that would help,
Sure. Joking. What else you got? I got some carrots.
Oh, it's
How about-
picking a carrot.
How about you feed us dinner?
Give them your carrots. My mom gave me these carrots.
How about you feed us dinner, and we'll call it even.
Yeah.
Does that mean I have to give you my carrots?
If your carrots come in the stew,
Oh, they do.
I'll give you some really yummy berries instead. Yeah,
Oh, you
for
have
a try.
berries. I love me berries.
I hope you love your berries.
You know what they say about the flavor of berries?
It gets better the
What?
more you eat.
It's all in the mind.
are you sure you want to go down this road?
Which
Anuses,
direction?
now we're going after berries.
I didn't even catch that until you mentioned it. I don't think I'm the one that's going down the road.
Oh, see, I literally said they get better the more you eat, is what I said to him.
The taste of your berries.
I believe that's beans.
Beans are good too, but
At this point, Sokka is kind of like making her way out of the worm's mouth.
Yeah, you just kind of claw your way out of the worm's
Ace
mouth.
Ventura,
And like,
coming out of the
roll an
rhino.
intimidation check because whether you meant it or not, they're terrified of this movement.
That's a 9.
A 9, so you just like trip out of the mouth. Oh,
Ace
got, like-
Ventura 2 out of the rhino's
yeah.
butt.
the whole deal.
Oh, you're still
like
here. We thought
sweaty.
you were dead.
You've got slime and goop all over you. You're just like, you look rapid and everything. It's like, oh! Is that one of yours?
Yeah,
Soft like
about
you were
time
alive.
came
We
back.
thought you were dead.
What?
Did you find anything in there?
We thought you were dead. It had eaten you. Like,
What?
we just don't know
no,
what
it
happened.
hasn't.
Did you find anything in there?
You just came out.
I found a bunch of teeth.
No, I think we're good. I think we're just gonna head up now. We're good. Thank you so much for the offer. Get. As he like hurries in the back, spanks one of them like, let's go. We're like, hey, here's the carrot, and he just
Here's the good berry.
Oh, thank you.
Should get my second one.
That's really good. I'm a human. I don't know how to have this accent.
Spend too much time with the
Probably
gnomes.
from immersion. It's called immersion therapy. I'm really enjoying it.
Too much time with the gnomes. It's
It's like,
understandable.
I'm supposed to have a Cockney accent, but my play, I can't figure it out.
It was me. I just say you're doing one of the only 3 accents you can do.
Right. I always go back to like, I swear to me mum is how I get back into the Cockney accent. Like, I'll bash your fucking head in, I swear to me mum. Is usually, or just talk like the Beatles and then I got it.
Yeah, go Ringo Starr and then you're good.
I'd like to be under the sea. Great, cool. So they fucking split after seeing Sokka. They're like, we don't want these psychopaths anywhere fucking near us.
As
So
we're
they're
leaving,
out.
as we're leaving, I'll telepath and fucking stay out.
I don't know what that meant, but I'm leaving anyway.
I'm gonna latch onto the same one that I talked to earlier. And
Sure.
Go, thank you for leaving my servants alone.
You just hear, stop it! I didn't do it. Why'd you have to take my carrots away?
I got it beat and we stole his carrots. Jeez.
Guys,
Something in return.
I think it's time for us to leave. Do you really
gonna
need
say
the
this-
whole head?
This berry is super
Take some
filling.
teeth.
I've
And I
had
Oh, you're
it for
invisible.
7
That's like-
days.
I
Log,
We couldn't
Log.
get
I mean,
adamant
now that they've
was
cleared out, we
one
could
huge-
go back if you guys would like to try.
It's going to take us a couple of days still.
We don't have enough to actually like take that humongous
Here's the
piece
rub.
of enemy attack.
I was
The-
hoping they'd bring us a cart.
So here's the rub. In order to hoist that density and that weight of adamantine up to a point where it could even be rolled, even if it could be rolled, is you guys do not have the capabilities
No,
of doing so
we don't.
unless you have the help of spellcraft.
Right.
And then it's up to you guys to decide or figure out if spells could help you in that fashion.
It would
But
take us-
mechanically, even with block and tackle and ropes, the tensile strength of the rope still isn't enough. Even the magic rope.
It's going to
Even
take us
if it was
days
reduced?
just to even clear this thing.
Like I said, that's spellcraft.
It's going to take us days to even clear this thing.
Yeah.
And
No.
then it's going to take more than what we can do ourselves to get that.
I mean, we got about 100 gold's worth of diamonds, so that's
We
what
got-
I was missing from being able to cast Revivify.
We got a couple hundred gold worth of value just out of this
Way more than
this battle, this enemy. So I think it's time to go.
Do your people? I know you sent for them, but do they have a way of transport this once they do get here?
They can make claim to it.
Okay, and then the bureaucracy is taken care of. Okay, cool. I'm sorry, what?
Saying, should we put like a clan, like his clan mark on the tunnel so they know where to go?
I mean,
It's up to you guys.
we're gonna pass them. They're gonna come
Right.
this way as we're going that way. so-
Right.
And I'll just give them the map that I made.
Okay. But there's no. You don't have. I guess to
I
your
don't know
point,
if
you
I have
don't.
enough stuff.
I'll take a piece of chalk and I'll make Argus's flame on the side of the cutout tunnel.
Okay.
That'll
Okay.
at least. And there's a giant rotting worm. They're gonna find this place.
So, like, do we need to actually move this worm out of the way? Like,
No.
How does that
No.
work? No. Okay. Just.
It will
We can
halt
burn it.
trade, but granted,
I mean, I'm always down
not
for that.
really much trade is going to
No.
Minham right now anyway.
There's
Not from that direction.
Caradeem's already locked
until
off, and that's a
Caradeem is
tax
released.
thing.
There's no one coming through here.
I'm sorry,
anyways.
Caradeem, that's what I meant. Not Minham.
That's in our taxes to take
Okay.
care of.
There's
the-
not enough traffic for
it's-
this to make an issue
All
out
right.
of it.
Yeah.
I've seen it in
Okay.
the line items in my taxes.
It's like the $2.
Argus
for-
the accountant. Burn all the tax records!
The
Hey, I
triumvirate
lived
will
there for
eventually
one
send a cleansing crew, and they'll get rid of the meat, and it won't be an
A
issue.
lot of it will turn to rubble anyway.
Yes.
Okay, as long as you guys are fine with it, then it's not too much tax.
Log. Log.
I just mess up his hair.
Oh, hey.
Bugger.
Are you still trying to get the skull?
I mean, I'd like to, but
How are you going to carry it?
I've got a servant.
Can it carry hundreds of pounds? Can it carry a whole wagon?
Probably not a whole one.
Then you're not going to be able to get the whole skull out of here.
Sofka like pulls a tooth out of her leg that's just been sticking out and be like, "You can take this one."
Oh, thank you.
You have a purple worm fang.
Do you want to just get a couple trophies?
I mean, yeah, whatever we can get.
Leave it here?
Or are there bones in this thing?
Like in its stomach?
Well, I mean, just like, does it have like, it doesn't have.
Yeah, I
bones,
mean, like
figure.
its spines are made of like bone that's like hard as like super condensed hard stone, as are its teeth. Like imagine, you know how hard our bone is, and we eat like soft-ish food. Imagine
Something
eating
that
nothing
eats
but
rocks.
stone and rock and minerals and diamonds.
But it's only the teeth, or does
It's-
the worm
well-
have?
It has its own skeletal structure.
Okay. Okay.
It doesn't have a spine. It just has. It's weird because
I know, it's
because
magic. It's magic.
Because magic and
I
weird
know.
creatures. It doesn't have a spine. It doesn't have a rib cage, but it does have keratin that grow out of certain musculature points. Granted, if left to rot here enough, all that would be left would be the spines and the teeth. But of course, it would make this whole area of the triway smell absolutely horrid.
But I mean, we could cut out some of the exterior spines. We could cut out some of the teeth.
Is there anything you
we can
can
do that.
do with any of the skin or the scales or anything you can think of?
You can make some super cool shoulder pads. Like
Oh, that would
with
be
a
cool.
Try.
Yeah.
Can definitely try.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have anything off the top of my head that I'd want to make with it, so I didn't know if you had anything that you were.
I mean, as thick as this thing is, as tough as this thing is, like an armor made out, like a leather armor made out of its hide, could be useful, but I don't know how to do that. I could try. If somebody wants to
I
cut
work
me a big
with metal.
chunk of it off.
You seemed a little, forgive my manners, squishy during the battle, Sofka, when you were even a lion or a saber-toothed tiger. Could you possibly benefit from some sort of...
Well, I'm
Leather kind of-
only kind of easy to hit when I am a lion. I like when I'm a human, I'm
Yeah.
harder to hit.
But if you were to transform into that, could you wear something that...
Oh yeah,
When I'm an elf.
when I'm a
When
half
you're,
elf.
you're
When I'm
half-elf
myself.
then. Yeah.
Humanoid.
But could you
Humanoid.
benefit from some sort of armor like that?
I don't know if that would work when I'm transformed, but it's worth an ask. Like, could I wear armor when I'm transformed?
If it's
into
a
wild
how-
shape?
How armor work? Are you talking about like barding?
It's barding from the...
It would
the
have to
warm-
be like magical armor that transforms into
It'd be either,
barding.
so yeah, it would be two things. Just to save us time on this explanation, it would have to be either magical armor that is specifically made to be part of your shape change form,
Okay.
in order to add AC to it, or it would have to be barding that would be applied to you physically and mechanically, and take the time to actually have someone put it onto you,
You would
after
transform.
you've wild shaped.
We would armor you up, and then you'd be an armored animal.
Either way,
That seems like a lot of work.
I'm not that good yet.
Okay.
I think we might want to wait for later.
I mean,
and
I-
by that time you'll be able to turn into elementals.
I can probably figure it out at some point, but I don't know if it's worth it.
Okay.
Can we make parchment out of it?
I mean, your book was very.
It's stone. You can make tablets out of it.
You could.
I don't know how useful tablets would be to a
I
traveling
mean, it's pretty
group,
dope
though.
saying, "This is the tablet of my religion. It's carved out of the scale of a purple word."
Well,
I mean, that's pretty dope.
to be clear, you could.
Could you make a
we've
spell
discussed-
scroll tablet?
Yeah, we've discussed how
You
it could be on any
you
sort
could.
of thing.
Granted,
Yeah,
because of the
grandpa.
nature and
Yeah.
rarity and strength of this creature, it would count as a catalytic material, so it would be easily enchanted.
I'm
So,
just imagining you
Somebody wants to
trying
cut
eat
free
it.
a couple of chunks.
It's a magic book.
Yeah, I mean,
I know,
let's
that's why I'm,
do
like,
it. Let's
totally
get
imagining you
some
trying to
cool.
eat it. Yeah.
Yeah, some nice.
Use
You already
blood
been-
for ink, and
You've already been slicing on this thing, right?
Yeah,
So can you just go at an angle and chop it off?
I can try.
Like this way.
Do I see how Log's holding his sword this time?
I'm just reading Cameron's comments. They've been a while,
Yeah.
from start to finish. Okay, so what would you like to do?
Using what he's already been cutting, we're gonna try to
Pry off a plate.
some chunks.
Okay. This is going to be a strength check.
Crowbar.
I was hoping you weren't going to say that. Yes, you can get
You
advantage.
said the magic word.
Strength check with leverage.
Strength check with leverage. Who's doing it? Who's doing it?
Well, probably should have the strongest person do it.
Hey, Revik.
I like how we went and said that.
I just sat down.
Can you help pry off the rest of those things? So you're gonna have advantage. Strength check or saving throw? Check.
Check's not saving throw.
So just your modifier.
So that'll be 19.
Total?
Yeah.
Plus 5. Great. 19. You are what sounds like tearing rock. Being, you guys are familiar with the sound of a crack spidering its way through rock when there's a tremor. That's kind of like what it sounds like here as he is able to pry free as it kind of shatters, as rock is known to do, into 3 parts, 3 pieces of about 8.5 by 11 size tablet pieces.
How convenient.
3
enough, well,
size.
enough that could be ground down to be 8.5 by 11.
Right.
You know.
They didn't just cut into perfect squares? That's weird.
Rectangles.
Oh. Yeah. We're not doing origami with them.
Parchment pieces that are worthy of.
They're about an
spell
inch
casting.
thick
But not on rectangles.
of purple worm scale, like purple worm
I'm
plate
tired.
stone.
Okay.
Could be prepared into spell tablets.
They could be.
Potentially.
Again, I can't wait till you feed one of them.
Instead of tearing them to cast the spell, you have to shatter them.
Yeah, you have to like throw them on the ground and shatters in. The magic of the spell comes out of it.
Yes!
I mean, that's so metal, man. I think.
It's very like, you know, it's
Yeah.
very like commandment style or Rosetta Stone style.
Yeah.
I say we
So
save
what
them
happens
for
when
something
you don't
epic.
actually break it?
You drop it, clang.
It doesn't work. You
Oh
just
no!
Well, you just pick it up and hit them over the
like improvise weapon.
Spell, it's broken.
I'm just imagining like
Spiral.
on a boat or something like that. It goes sliding off, and instead of like parchment that will float on the water, it just sinks.
Oh no.
Fair enough.
The cool
You
thing
have
is
some
the
teeth?
ink won't come off.
Right.
So equivalent. I know it's 3 pieces, but gold
Right.
worth just for ease of.
170 gold worth of parchment.
We're gonna have some spells.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Because this stuff
That's a
is
third level spell.
This is extremely rare, highly sought after material. Well, I mean, highly
break
sought
it
after. I
around.
won't say. I can't
I
say.
would like some.
But just of how strong this material is, putting spell crafting into it. Because here's the deal: you are aware of how spells work with circumstance. Circumstance is a big part of spell crafting, especially how the natural magic of the world and the universe happens. The circumstance of and the circumstance of having a creature of
You want me to roll
epic
that?
proportions.
Add it to it.
He's giving you guidance.
The circumstance of having a creature of epic proportions, a constituent part of its body, being the manner in which you craft and transcribe the spell, is huge for circumstance. It's essentially an epic creature. I mean, a lot of people fear this creature, and just having a piece of a creature that you have felled yourself, that it on its own puts magic power into this via the natural, like the breath of life and the natural magic that surrounds the universe in general.
Makes sense.
It's very like pure witch kind of stuff.
And just for mechanical clarification,
Sure.
could you put that into a spell book, or must it be used for scrolls only?
You could put it into a spell book. It'll make your spell book that much heavier, because you just kind of like drill a hole to it and tie it to your spell book. I mean, you could
Right.
could not put it into your 3-ring binder, unfortunately. I mean, you could tie it to your 3-ring binder with some like leather straps.
Yeah.
I suppose you could. It's very heavy. So
I look down the tunnel.
it's nothing that's going to mechanically disadvantage you by carrying it.
Sure.
It's just, you think about it.
Are they gone?
Make it so it's-
1 second.
Just heads up, I did another one and I rolled a 24 because I was asked to tear some more off of it.
And I'm like, hey,
Okay, well, this is what you were able to do. The first one is what you were able to do, period.
Okay.
The rest of them, it doesn't look like you have a spot, a crease enough. The opening that you had been doing by tearing gave you a spot that you feel like you had enough leverage.
Right.
The other spots, it's almost seamless with the plates. The only way that twag was able to get under there is because specifically spiders have an ability that they can go to a space smaller than 1 inch and like actually get into something. Not enough for a crowbar to reach under, unfortunately. I can't make you letting you do the same roll just because there's more material doesn't make it.
Do you need magical?
no,
stuff,
no. I
or
just
is
want.
it-
I like the idea that it would last.
Right.
So, but
We
no,
are-
that's fine. I don't need magical.
I mean, you have 3 tablets.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
The-
that's what I
they,
was going to
they,
say. We
They
can-
go to 170 total, so you could split them 3 ways if you want, and just divide it by 3.
I'm good.
Are you sure? Okay.
I mean, we all did agree to this. We are all,
Yeah.
owed at least 10% of what we gather.
Yeah,
So
but
if you would like a sample of,
It's better use for
she can
magic
make.
than it is
quite
for me
useful.
just writing things on that I want to last. So
Okay.
It's so fucking metal, though.
Yes.
So metal. You know what? I will. You wanted a comprehend languages spell, right? I can now do that for you. I'll do that with a little piece, and I'll give that to you, and you'll be able to like smash it, and it'll be really cool when you do it. And yeah,
Thank you.
awesome.
Yeah, so the cool thing about the way if you do transcribe a scroll of a spell of this, any creature, and I do mean any creature, whether or not they can cast the spell, could smash this up against any surface, and they could have either the spell originate from them or where they smashed the stone.
Cool. Yeah, that'll-
Huge advantage.
Yeah.
Just
And
hit Willow
creature.
over the
So-
head.
How long would comprehend languages
Then
last?
comprehend
An hour.
language.
An hour? So she'd have to. Okay.
I can do several of them though, if you want.
It takes an action to cast, but
Yeah. Just when she has, if she has the scroll, she can.
Anybody can if you
Yeah.
have the scroll.
yeah, if it's transcribed into the purple
Yeah.
stuff. And granted, you'll have to subtract the amount of gold from how much purple stuff.
Yeah.
Purple slate is what I'm going to
Purple
call it.
slate.
Just
Or worm slate.
Nothing
Rough.
else we can get here.
Just rough back of the parchment math. This is about 70 gold apiece between all of us.
Sofka like knows numbers, but like gold doesn't go up that high. like
how
I know
can
how to
it?
Add. I'm not lost,
This is
but
after
also
we
like
This is after we
There's some
processed it
shade
and sold
right
it.
there. Jeez.
And I'm gonna say the roughly 100 gold worth of diamonds that we've cut out of this, we give to our cleric
Of course.
because
Yeah.
he can keep us alive.
Then we'll have 300 gold, which is what we need for the fight.
So
Right, and then we have.
Safka, I imagine you think that kings and queens have hundreds of gold, and that's how much they have, because that's the most gold there is.
unless anyone has a problem with it, I would say more like 60 gold apiece. If we do that,
huge issue with that.
Or you have
Just kidding.
We still have to.
we still have to process it all. This isn't coins that I'm giving you today.
Right.
I'm just saying rough worth of what we were able to gather here is going to be about 60.
of just the
Gold.
gems, not the.
No, it's
And the metals.
Inclusive of the.
That included the plates.
Okay.
So I'll cut that out. It'll be 43 gold, not including the plates.
I know math, but that gold doesn't go up that high.
It does.
No.
I'll open my gold patch, and I'm like, here, look at this.
There's
There's
a
191 gold pieces.
Are you- what-
there's a metal called platinum.
Why Sofka
A single
hyperventilate?
platinum piece is worth 10 gold
I thought-
coins.
you
Yeah.
you're a prince.
No.
Not even close.
Just an ass.
Very true statement.
I love you.
So
No.
those dwarves are definitely going to tell their captain when they get back to town about this thing. So I say we leave.
All right. I trust you guys down here.
There's no way we're getting that adamantine. We tried. It's going to take us days to even get it
One
free,
large piece.
and it weighs more than we can lift up the tunnel. So I say we take what we got and we get out of here.
Okay.
It hurts, I know. But them's the breaks.
Maybe Argus's clan can salvage some of it, but
Right.
us here with what we have, it's better if we just leave.
I'm noticing we have to keep leaving loot behind places because we can't get it out. We left that safe back in Canada because we couldn't get it out.
That was sad, though. This is like.
For that, we
You guys
needed a
keep
better
tripping
safe
over each other
breaker.
on that one.
But if you have an idea,
Oh, I have no ideas. You guys are the experts on this. I'm just saying, we just keep leaving loot behind.
Oh, well, sure. I mean, okay, you drew a map. I feel like we would be able to come back here at a later time in which we could possibly get this. Do we want to try burying it at least? Just like pirates do.
if you can collapse this tunnel,
I think with several of our abilities together, we
but do
probably
we
could.
really have the time to come back here?
Not now, but
Can we stop for a couple of weeks, come back here, figure this out? I mean, if we collapse the tunnel, they may just dig it out.
If you collapse the tunnel, they're going to know you're hiding something. They were just here. So if you've already marked it, we've got the map. You've called Argus's clan. We hopefully will see them in crossing. We can give them the map, and if it's meant to be, it will be.
I can also send them another message later,
If it's not, it's not.
more about what to look for. Because they gotta bring the right stuff, and not
Sure.
because no one's gonna think to bring the stuff to lift that thing out of there just willy nilly.
The ability to lift thousands of pounds through a very small tunnel
Yeah.
is a very specific requirement.
Right. Like you said, anybody that finds it, they'll have to go back and get it. To
Chains and pulleys and beasts of burden that can lift it.
The,
And
the only,
So
the
actually-
only thing we really have to worry
Your
about
family's
them
probably in
is
good
somebody
shape.
from the Triumvirate finding it, because they have the capability to get people down here to deal with that. Then
that's what's likely going to happen anyways, and it's going to just disappear into their coffers.
It'll take them a while anyway.
It'll take them a while, so if in the next couple of months we magically find a way to come back here and get it, sure, we should do that, but
okay.
if not, it's sort of a lost cause.
I think she's right though, and just leave it as it is. If somebody finds it, somebody finds it. Unless they have all those capabilities, they're not going to be able to just pull it out like they're going to be stuck like we were.
Right, but
let
like
the
we just
greedy-
told his
Carry
family.
that stuff around.
Right, we just told his family though, and they're going to come down. Right?
Let the
So
greedy
with-
target them and not us.
We'll send them another message about what they need.
Yeah.
Right, and then that way they can hopefully use it to good use, or put it to good use, you know. So, okay, cool. Still worth the extra day of just hanging out together, I think. Yeah. I mean,
I mean, has it been a full day? No, it's more like half a day.
Yeah. Okay.
Why don't we just
I mean,
start-
that was like, I'd say it's like mid-morning at best.
Cool.
These conversations didn't take
we
that
don't have
long.
anything else we can get.
You
out
guys
of this.
didn't have breakfast.
Not
You
really.
guys started work right away. I'd say it's like just encroaching like early, like 11 a.m.
I got almost all of the gold and all of the silver out of what it was. So
We just had some copper and
copper and adamantine and maybe some diamonds buried in it. But
You could still get a decent amount. You could still get like a day's worth of travel in today if you wanted to leave today. You would end up stopping a little later than usual, but nothing that you couldn't balance out
Fair
with
enough.
a long rest.
yep.
Okay,
Cool.
are you guys all set then?
I think so. So just mathematically, 43 per person and 86 going towards the pot. Then.
If we cut out the 100 golden diamonds,
None of this can be split yet.
No,
because it-
no,
No, but yeah, just
because
for-
it has to be liquidated first.
Sure.
We're just trying to make notes in our notes, kind of thing.
Sure. What I would recommend doing is putting this in the party fund
That's what
and
we.
then liquidating it later.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's roughly 530 gold worth of gems and precious metals,
Okay.
and then
The
170.
dust can be used as spell components and can be split if you like.
So if we
But
cut
it's
out,
just mixed gem dust. It's not any.
But can anyone else use gem dust?
no, we cut out the 100 golden
Besides-
diamonds.
Eventually I can.
I can use ruby dust.
Oh, not
That's about
dust,
it.
but there's something I can eventually do.
I can use diamond dust and ruby dust. I mean,
We cut out the 100 golden diamonds. It's only 430.
Right, and then you have
Yeah.
have 100 gold of actual raw
everyone who's
uncut
been using the
diamonds.
lantern.
430
That's what I use ruby dust for.
GP of
The lanterns, you guys gave it to
silver.
me.
Emerald, ruby, sapphire, gold, and silver.
So much farther.
Precious gems and metals.
Yeah, they can
And then
see
you have 170 in worm plates. And Argus got 100 gold in diamond dust. That he can
It
use.
wasn't even just dust. It was
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want, I mean Argus, if you want the 10 gold worth of ruby dust, that can be your cut of what we sell
I don't really
later.
like. It costs 50.
Yeah,
Right.
Just keep it in the party fund and grab it when you need it.
Right.
It's not really much. People aren't gonna really give us stuff for ruby dust.
Keeping stuff in the party fund never hurts until we need it anyway.
Nope.
Yeah. So I wrote it down there. This is
Okay.
the party fund, guys. If you ever, everybody can access it at any point. We have the bag of holding here too. But
Back on the road.
yeah, I think it's time to go.
Okay. You guys head out for the remainder of the day. Who would like to roll the percentile die, the big chonky boy, for today?
We're still going around the table.
Today's
so
the 12th of Highlock, correct?
Sorry,
When I did it, the worm came out.
Today's the 12th, correct?
Today is the 12th.
No, today's the
13.
12th.
12th?
The 12?
Yep.
It is
Okay.
still the 12th. It is
Yeah,
88.
you're pretty anal about it. Oh, God.
More butt jokes.
And out of nowhere,
What
another
is it?
purple
What is it?
word.
What is it?
88.
88?
I like to think of it as
Another purple
STDs.
Hey, that's lucky in Chinese, so...
Yeah,
Lunar
there
New
you
Year.
go.
Lucky in Chinese, the language?
For China.
I know. You're just calling you out.
It is Tuesday.
It is
right?
Lunar New Year.
Yeah.
Today is Lunar New Year?
No.
Tuesday.
This
No,
week is.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, let's look at my table. Bump down, bound.
Please be
Okay.
good. Please be good.
We.
Gain 2 days of travel.
Ooh, that would be neat.
Everybody freeze.
As another tremor starts to shake the area around you.
Are you serious?
He looked pretty serious there.
Had a mate.
Everybody freeze.
And then after a while subsides.
I like how everybody was holding.
Yeah, guys, this shit happens. I mean, that brings up a good point. Both of your minds immediately go to shit. Purple worms. That's right. What am I forgetting? Roll history checks for me, or nature checks.
17.
Not even. 9.
9. 17. Zembek, you remember? Wasn't there like an old story that? Oh yeah. Didn't like my Grammy used to tell the old story about like, oh right, one of the safest places to be is in a purple worm tunnel. If you're trying to run from purple worms, because they rarely overlap their own tunnels.
Okay.
It's like lightning striking twice.
Sure.
Or like a hunting ground that's already been hunted, so they just avoid it and leave it alone. That's what you get for today. You move on. Anything you guys would like to do during the day, during the travel?
I will do on the purple worm thing, tablets. I will do a comprehend languages for you and just write that
You
out.
can't
for
do that
school.
while you're traveling.
Well, at night once we settle down. I'll
Sure.
do that.
You can. Yeah, you can.
And then I guess just RP a little bit with log. So okay, what other spells? I guess like this is really up your alley. I feel like with this purple worm stuff. Like what
It's
else
pretty
want to
fucking
learn?
cool.
I know. Like
I want to learn it all. Okay. So there's still identify. Argus has a shit ton.
Right.
There's still the hut. Do we need 2 huts?
I couldn't hot.
Oh,
It hurts me to say that joke.
I am hurt by that comment. I took physical pain.
Sokka's like, boo.
Puns are bad and you should feel bad.
Puns are great. You should feel bad for that.
I know that was just awful.
Sokka from like across the triway goes like, boo.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, up to you. Like, what do you think? What do you want?
I think it would be hilarious if you
more
learned augury.
pets. We're gonna
It
need a
would be.
second hut. What was that? If we keep getting more pets, we're gonna need a second hut.
Right.
Like the doghouse and then the
Yeah.
actual.
I may be able to come up with something. Dimensional space just for pets? That seems doable.
A familiar birdhouse.
Guys is familiar can get popped into a dimensional space. You
Yeah.
already have their own little dimensional house.
Yeah, you know.
But like a smaller dimensional space that things can survive in, so we can hide our pets. Like your rats.
Right.
They're pretty good at hiding on their own.
This is true.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I just, I don't want this to go to waste. I don't know how long it is gonna be.
I think
Okay.
it'd be fun to teach you augury.
So,
Fun. It would be so fun.
I mean, that's the one where you like had the 3
nope.
fires.
Yes, that's the one I had 3 fires where my deity told me if it was going to be a good outcome or a bad outcome.
I mean, I am someone who could use help in making decisions. So,
Nog, are you going to listen to the thing though?
Well, I mean, but it's still good to know, right?
Depends on the type of question you ask, right? I mean, it could be very informative.
I mean, I can just see you going though. It says bad decision, but you think it's a fun idea.
I mean, yeah, of course that happens. Like, I mean, he just crawled up a worm's butt.
But that was a good decision.
Speaking of which, prestidigitation. I still feel dirty.
I know we both did that. You still have to.
It was a rock worm. I mean, come on.
It wasn't that bad.
It's not like animal poop, but it's
Yeah.
still just ugh.
Even like normal earthworms, they're just like, it's soil.
You could have just
right?
closed your eyes and felt like you were going through a
Have
tunnel.
Have
The
you ever
end I
crawled up
went in was very
something's
bad.
ass?
That's a story for another time.
Same.
Let me rephrase the question. Have
It's
you
out of
ever
my hands.
have you ever put your entire body
Is that a
inside of the anus of another creature?
Shani, is that what you're telling us about?
I said that's a story for another time.
I'll ask your mother when I
not
see
that
her.
much. Not that much.
During those years as a mercenary working for caravans, I had some wild and crazy times.
But you know, Solis is fun. That's all I'm gonna say.
Female giants involved?
It's a little hazy. Yep. Yeah, you guys haven't been to Solis, right? Anybody? No?
No.
I don't
Solis?
think any of you have been Solis.
Oh,
except
guys,
for
you got
her.
to go at some point. It's so much fun.
The party town. Queenie is from Solis.
It's like, I would imagine.
Actually, I think I've been to Solis too. I'm trying to remember. I gotta see a map.
Yep. Solis is the bottom, all the way south from Hilnsfarn.
Yes, I did because I went south and then went.
Right. So not very long, a couple days at most.
Yeah, but yeah, I have been to Solis. Yeah.
Yeah, you were like, holy shit, this is a party town.
Oh yeah, I remember because I was working in the taverns when I heard about
Yeah.
the job. So yeah.
Oh, so okay, so you know how this is
Oh,
going.
it is nuts. I
Yeah.
don't think I slept for the 2 days I was there.
You only made it through 2 days? I'm surprised you didn't go 3 or 4 not
Well,
sleeping.
it's not a party town you can do on like 5 gold. So
That's fair. I was working a lot anyway, but I'm trying to work on something that will kind of be reminiscent.
I was mostly playing to get for travel
describe
fare
your
and
head
everything. It
there.
wasn't like I had a whole lot of money.
Gotcha.
And
I didn't
a
say
lot
a
of my money
word.
disappeared into the drinks at the end of the night, especially in Solis.
That happens to you. It does. Anyway, sorry.
One person started buying around, and another person started buying around, and all of a sudden it was my turn, and half my gold was gone.
But they were good drinks, right? Anyway, I digress. Yeah, but it just be. I mean, the other would be so cool. But yeah, before we go to sleep tonight, I'll write that tablet for you, and you can have that comprehend languages and smash it at any
How
point.
long is it going to take
1 hour,
to scribe that? Because it's a first level spell.
correct? And I already know it, so it's not.
And you want to do this on the purple worm
Yeah.
tablet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Would you have to carve it though into the tablet instead of just writing it?
Yeah, you're gonna have to carve it into the tablet.
I have my little butterfly
Essentially,
knife.
if you just ask to borrow some of Argus's tools, you could do it.
The melon baller.
Yeah, I mean, this will work for like the super fine points, but do you have anything else that will work for like a little bit? Oh, wonderful! Thank you.
And
I just spend the next.
I open my work jacket, chisels, awls, picks.
Yeah.
What do you need? Little
Loggers.
hammers.
Ooh, what gauge do you have there for the?
Whatever you need, I got.
Wonderful. I spent an hour and I'll give
yeah,
this to
the
you.
moment you
just
give it to
watching
me, I'm
this.
like, thank you, and I
Yeah.
immediately grab my scroll. Oh yeah, she can't wait.
Oh, you're gonna do it now?
Oh God, yeah.
I mean,
She's impatient, and yeah, she's been trying to read this now for what, a month?
let me just give you that, and then you can actually physically burn that if you want to, because that's
You
just
can
wrote
light it on
down
fire
the-
if you want. There's no fire alarm down here.
I just
Well,
there is, but it's over there. But
This is in
it's
tablet
alright.
form, so she's got to break
yeah,
it, right?
so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
burn
I'm
it. I don't
gonna-
care.
It's fine. So
Oh yeah, so she finds herself a
You
nice
can
little
drop it in the
corner.
toilet once you're done with it if you need to.
So
Yeah,
she's gonna
hurry.
What?
Don't burn yourself, Ed.
I love the ceremony. Yes, it's wonderful. Great. So you hand her the tablet, and she's like, "Awesome!" Pulls out her book and just smashes the tablet after you spend an hour working on it.
That's what that was for. That's what it was for.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just
can
burn
use
it a
it.
little bit. That's all.
You're sitting there going, could have just given you paper for that.
Could have.
We're a little short on paper right now.
Okay.
So
We are.
Yeah, and so yeah, I guess.
And then
the
you
next-
open the book.
Oh yeah.
And plus, it's her spell. There's no spell casting modifier on
There
that.
isn't.
It's just
This highly intense gust of wind, not draft, wind, permeates through the tunnel, coming from the south end to the north end. And a moment later, wafts from the north end to the south end. The pages of the book. All of you have never, especially those of you that have been underground, have never felt anything like this. Actual fresh air, wind, with a pang of swamp, like bog smell, but also fresh pine in the upper reaches of the mountains. And at the same time, Trishena, you smell the smell of sand, the sands.
I'm so happy.
is that
And the
reset
brackish salt water wishes through as ink begins to bleed onto the page yet again as the book opens that you can see. And the words now, the characters glitching, now showing as though they're resisting the spell, but then eventually give way, but do it in this kind of like fashion as though bones are cracking and they're changing shape. Rather than you just seeing the text,
Right.
the characters actually change their shape as though their bones are cracking. As it's resisting every character
And
one at a time.
I'm chanting, please, please let me understand. So yeah.
The process of each page transforming for you to view takes time. But it's like, so you read it very broken as like a first grader being like, the fox jumped over as the words, kind of like trying to read a marquee on the TV.
Right.
You read it faster than it's moving, so you can't. The text begins to tell a tale. Over the course of an hour, this is how much information that you get because of how hard this book is resisting being translated.
Are you reading any of this out loud? Do you want us to help you
That's up to
capture
you.
it?
Yeah, I'm gonna read it out loud. Especially, I'm gonna make sure that you're near me too. So go. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll write it in primordial while she's saying it, translating
Okay.
it.
Who's listening to her say this? Or is everybody?
Yeah.
I will too, just for
Yeah. No.
We're in
I'm
camp for
like
the
somebody
night,
get
right?
this
You are.
down.
No.
So I assume everybody is then
Yeah.
listening. Okay, could everybody else then roll wisdom saving throw for me?
Oh, cool.
Sorry.
Is this a magical?
You can tell that there is some
Oh, no.
spellcraft on this protecting it from others being able to read it.
So is this a magical effect of some kind?
I'll give you that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I rolled a
gnome.
1.
Alright, shut up, gnome.
Oh. Sorry.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I found it. It's okay. It's been that kind of night.
Alright, let's go around the table. Zemdak.
14.
14, failure.
12.
Failure. Revik.
1.
Total? Wisdom save?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I just rolled a 1.
Oh, okay.
Did you really want me to give you the total?
I
It's
mean,
a 3.
just get
I mean-
okay.
It's a saving
Failure.
throw. I think
Yeah.
on that one.
Well, you can't get critical fails on saving throws, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Same as softness, so 12. I failed.
12, fail.
22.
Success.
Thank God.
Nat 1 for a 6. Total.
Failure.
15.
Failure.
It makes
So,
me feel better that
just
15
Argus.
failed.
That makes so much sense though. Like,
Yeah, that you're the one who gets it. Okay.
Yeah, that,
Gotta get my d12s out.
yeah.
oh no.
Oh.
No, we're gonna take
Sorry,
psychic
guys.
damage
It's
from
okay.
hearing this.
Well, it's not like with the wind blowing through the tunnels, smelling like the aspens, that anybody's going to notice I'm not doing this.
Everyone who failed takes 28 points of psychic damage.
Sorry.
And you are deafened for 1 hour.
I warg into Shakar.
You do so, and you bypass it. Unfortunately, Argus, you won't be able to hear.
No, he saved. He saved.
You saved.
Less
So you take
restoration.
half as much,
Which was what?
and you are not deafened.
It was.
Less
28
restoration.
On yourself?
Yes.
So 14.
Okay.
There's some sort of force that does not want to be heard by anybody else but you.
Obviously.
Oh, okay, obviously.
Crap.
Okay, so here's the gist of what you get. You restoration yourself.
Yes.
So you're no longer deafened. You're gonna catch most of this. You're gonna catch all of this. But the rest of you are deafened and for 1 hour, and you take a shit ton of psychic damage. Yes.
What about
She's
if
a
I'm
Shakar.
listening through Shakar?
Roll a perception check at advantage because he has
He's-
advanced hearing, keen senses.
Okay. 19.
19. You hear like 98% of this. Okay? 95, 90%, 90 to 100%.
Right. Okay.
Shikar speaks a language, so it doesn't matter. Right. And I assume
Yeah,
you're
'cause-
saying this all in common, correct? Okay, cool. And so the way you get it is not through language, but like ideas.
Yeah, but if I'm warged into him, I'm actually sensing
That's
through
correct.
him. So
That's
I
correct.
understand
So you-
common, so it's okay.
That's correct.
And I'm gonna write it in primordial, translating what she's saying in common.
Okay. Roll another wisdom saving.
Oh.
He's putting it
Come on,
into
cleric.
fire.
You got this? No.
Oh.
12.
12. You take another 6 points of psychic damage. I rolled absolute trash.
Darn.
Translated into primordial.
Back into primordial.
And you lose all modes of language for 10 minutes.
I cast tongues.
You really don't want us to read this thing, but
It's
fuck
not that,
you.
guys. There's layers and layers of
Yeah.
security upon this thing, and you're just peeling them back.
Yep.
I was gonna play with that spell today. So
Okay, cool. So you just like realize that you have no way to communicate any idea like sensibly or intelligibly, and then you just realize that, and you does tongues have a vocal component?
probably does. I wouldn't doubt it does.
Yep. Probably.
I mean, out of all spells.
Like,
They almost all do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like especially tongues, you know.
my app's not working because I got off the Wi-Fi.
Because I'll give you one more chance to save this. Because this is super dope, and I want this to happen.
I turned ritual on. That was my problem. It is verbal and
Okay, so it does have a vocal component. Seeing as you can't speak proper stuff, roll an intelligence saving throw for me. If you pass the save, you can cast the spell by sheer force of will.
17.
17, that's a success. DC was 15. So you, by sheer force of will, just make your... rather than like speaking language, you just make crackly campfire sounds, and it's enough that's like... Kosutra's like, what? I guess this is what you want? Sure. Like, sure, dude, whatever. Great. And you cast the spell Tongues, which enables you to do it anyway, because it's a 3rd level spell, right? So it supersedes the effect. Argus can understand and write down what it is you're saying. Cole can hear you. Everyone else, and Shakara can. You're speaking in common.
Yeah.
The gist of what you understand as you're reading through this. You don't get through anywhere near all of it because of how painfully and painstakingly slow this thing is translating itself, because it's consistently resisting you. In the beginning, we were one. A force of power and support for those that worked, tilled, and loved these lands and these waters. Pita watched over us. I believe it's Tira, but let me just double check.
Pita?
Pita, watch Pita,
Like the bread.
kind of, but you know that Pita,
Yeah, we already
It
told
means
you
father,
that.
which is also
Yeah.
which is also
Stone.
means land, earth.
father.
And Atira cared for us. Atira. But when the sky fell, a schism occurred, as there were those that did not agree that we should trust the land and the seas.
We should trust the land and the sea.
That those who did not agree that we should trust the lands and the seas. One sect sacrificed themselves at points of power, elements. And you see a picture unfold as though crumpled paper is being flattened, but it makes the sound of bones cracking and the clatter of chimes together as you see a giant caldera of a volcano open up and the page itself starts to boil and bubble. And you see a figure fall backwards into, and this should be tense music, as you see a figure, a bipedal figure, humanoid, fall backward into the caldera, swallowed by the lava that's bubbling below. Sacrifices were made at points of power, but others hid. Concentrating and focusing their power toward other means. As the book shuts with a bone-snapping crunch, roll dexterity saving throw as it attempts to shut on your fingers. Not happy with what you've just done to it.
But focusing their powers by other means.
Focusing their powers by other means, for their own means. Yeah.
For their own. Okay.
Okay.
What?
Dex.
Elbows.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's my bad. Yeah, dex saving throws.
18.
18. You succeed. You don't have evasion, correct? Okay, so you're still going to take half. You avoid most of the damage, however, you do take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as this book, with torrential force, closes on your hand, but you're able to move most of your hand out of the way. It just crunches a few of your fingers. It is not happy with what you just forced it to do. The rest of you that were listening heard these words. Every time she spoke a word, you heard the echo of it going like 7 times, like 7 tracks on top of each other. From low, low bass to high, high shrill. In the beginning. As her voice just, as if she was chanting a spell of ancient, ancient power. What did he just do?
You just got counter search probably because that was.
Dogs are here.
Yeah. And that's weird.
Dishes in the sink.
Yeah, just eventually.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
They should be here any moment, though.
Okay. So.
And like your vision shook. You have that inception, like kind of bass around you. You know when like sometimes you yawn and your eyes go to the back of your head, and that like kind of like air sound hits your ears, and that kind of like defocuses your hearing for a moment. It's like that trembling air throughout the entire thing, like throughout the entire time she was speaking. It was extremely unnerving. It kind of pulled you out of the space that you were in corporeally. and you felt just, a lack of a better term, magical pressure upon everything.
What?
Much louder than he should have. Ah, some peace and quiet.
Exactly.
Realizing that Zendak can't hear, Cole's gonna walk up behind him and do bunny ears behind him.
Perfect.
Yeah. So she puts everything away. Thank you, and I'm sorry, everyone. And she walks out of the bubble.
Of the dome, yeah?
Yeah.
Wait, where did you find that?
I need to do some thinking.
Okay, can we talk about where you found that later? Because that's really weird and interesting. I can kind of hear you because it's Shakar, but like, we'll talk later.
I look directly at the owl. I'm like, I'll be back. Thank you.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah, so she just goes and so she needs to go walk. She's got some thinking to do.
Mm.
So I can still talk, right?
You can.
But it just comes out weak, but other people can understand me.
It's like here's how it works. Like you say gibberish, but despite your incoherency, people can understand what it is that you're trying to convey, and the idea just gets translated to their minds magically.
So
they hear blah blah blah, but they're like, "Oh
so
yeah, we'll get you some cornmeal."
If I cast sending, it wouldn't really translate.
That's not true. Specifically in the spell sending is that it can respond in kind. Meaning,
just
I believe that's what it says, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't have to speak any languages. It can just respond in kind via like basic like telepathy.
Yeah, the spell enables creatures with intelligence scores of at least 1 to understand the meaning of your message.
Mm-hmm.
Good. It's curious.
So it might feel a little wonky, but they'll still
Yeah.
get it.
And can answer in a like manner immediately.
Yep. So it's like you've been goo goo gaga? Ah, yeah, goo goo gaga.
But you still understand what Google
Yeah, but you
does.
totally understand, yeah.
You're like, yes, of course.
The markets are fluctuating, yes, I understand.
You're like, oh, buy now?
If they know you, they recognize you as the sender.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't actually see what was on the page with all the other crazy stuff, just the words. You walked off, so I can't even talk to you about it.
With the
I
camera.
mean, I can follow you.
Yeah, she just
Doesn't work anymore.
It doesn't see me when I'm
Oh, it still sees you.
The owl is always
when
walking
you're
in
sleeping. Here, it doesn't see it. No, because you have to talk for it to like focus on you. Anyway,
As the camera just focused hard on you right there.
I'll text you.
Okay.
So what are you doing, Argus?
I use the silence to roll over and fall asleep.
Yeah, Sofka's like out.
Okay, you like hear in the beginning.
Yeah, Sofka like looked around, realized she couldn't hear, and was like, okay, and fell asleep.
Nice. And we're already in the dome at this point, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you still making it so that it looks like snow? Like
Yeah, that's
outside?
how. That's
Nice.
kind of how I envision it happening. Is it's like snow falls down, and then that's how the dome kind of
Awesome.
appears.
Little sprinkles.
Yeah. It's very nice. Okay. Argus, are you okay?
Yeah. As best as I can be.
I understand you, surprisingly. Well, game of telephone here between the owl and but you've got it all done. I tried writing as much as I could too, but that was really weird.
I mean-
do you have any shaving cream?
Tongues only last an hour, so
Yeah, once.
it ends about the same time this whole thing does.
Yes.
Which is the thing.
All this should fade about the same.
But,
because, I mean,
but I'm
it's
also a
deaf for an
dwarf,
hour.
so
I
what
only
is
got to use
shaving
the
cream?
spell for an hour.
Helps
Yeah.
when you trim in the
So
sun.
it's like ends about the same time.
Yeah.
In like 10 minutes.
Why would you ever shave your beard?
I don't know how.
Why would you ever cut the hair off your face on purpose?
Oh, I'm trying to explain this to a dwarf, and he's not gonna. Yeah. I just like as you ask me that question, I just look at you and turn around and walk away.
This is an illusion. You can't shave it off.
How many days have you had that on your face?
That's a good question.
Since
Has
we
it
were at
been 7?
Villadonis.
Has it?
We left on the
We left on like the 3rd of Hylock.
So how many days did it say on the Leatherbeard?
10, so tomorrow would be my
If it was permanent.
The first change.
potential permanence.
How long has my pinky nail grown?
Oh my god.
I knew what you were going for.
Oh, I know. I know you're playing the.
But
I've been helping you.
2 millimeters.
Okay.
I mean that's decent size.
DM, do I have anything like shaving cream in my pack at all?
Do you have shaving cream in your pack?
Hey, I
No.
got a nice coiffed beard, like no shaving soap kind of thing though.
Oh, like a foamy type of soap.
Yep.
I believe it actually says specifically in your pack whether you have soap or not. Because some packs actually have soap.
I bought soap. Specifically, I bought soap at the adventure
and
store.
yeah,
You
mine
haven't
did
used
not.
it after being up
Basically enough,
worms
the
ass.
actors one did not come with that.
They're like, you're gonna look pretty, but you're gonna stink.
I mean, unless it would be in the disguise kit.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I had a nice way to continue. I was thinking of a nice way to continue the prank war.
Does anybody have any eggs? I mean,
Yeah, they could be
no.
used as froth. You don't have any eggs though. There's no way, and if you have, they're long since gone.
Why? Well, I mean, you're still a bird, Chicago.
No, absolutely not. Out of the question. Under no circumstance.
I mean, for prank wars. that's
Summon a
it.
chicken
No!
familiar
Force
so you can
food
have
out.
fresh eggs.
If we can conjure poop.
Okay, now, guys, fucking shenanigans.
Summon
Make your
a-
familiars fucking. Here's the deal.
A chicken
If
familiar?
it would lay an egg, not only would it be extremely upset to see you eat it or it be used in that fashion, it would also give you no sustenance.
No, this is for shaving cream. Equivalent.
Okay, you really want to do Shakar that dirty?
Is Shakar male or
I was about
female?
to say though.
Yeah, it's a good
No.
question. Shakar's a dude. Cannot
Shakar is
lay
a dude.
eggs.
No, but I was
Shakar
just.
is trans.
Trans platypus. Just so
Can
they
you
can
can
lay
use
an egg.
bird poo as shaving cream?
No, Shakar is
You
the
probably
he
could,
pronouns
right?
this entire game.
Well, no, after you asked that, that's immediately where my thought went was to get bird poop.
Okay, so I have a okay.
We've devolved.
You would essentially be forcing a gender upon another creature.
No, I mean he is
That's
a he.
where-
He
yeah.
he identifies as he.
I mean, you could. I suppose, seeing as it does say what you conjure a familiar, so you could be whatever you want, but you would be opposing or like.
No, he's a he. I was just
Okay.
I was being silly and just I was super excited that platypuses lay eggs too.
I don't want to
and-
get into that. I don't want to go down that road.
I know.
I really don't.
I know. Anywho. What else could we use? Like, I mean.
I mean, we can always just throw on his face, but that seems like a repeat of what he did to me.
I mean, I don't.
I don't know if I want to be with you guys at the moment.
What?
I mean,
After about like 15, 20 minutes,
Oh wait,
she'll come back.
I always have my disguise that I could use and just make him look different.
there you go.
Because I almost followed you. But I didn't want to like I was going to give you your time.
Yeah. But she came in and she pulled out her bedroll.
Are you okay?
Thinking.
Okay.
Thank you.
There's a lot.
I did write it in Primordial, if we want to see if the translation was exact.
I would like that.
I'm just worried about if I show it to you, what might happen.
I'll take it outside the dome.
Let's copy it first.
Right. I tried writing it in common as well, but it's not, of course, the same as that. I'm still speaking like just not quite right
Yeah.
because I can't. It's weird. But-
Sorry about that.
Imagine
I'll,
doing Zemdak up as a clown though while he
Yeah.
sleeps with my disguise
if
kit.
you want to walk outside the dome, we
Sleight
can
of
look.
hand
I just
versus
don't feel
my
like
perception?
damaging everybody else in here.
Yeah.
See if I
Again.
notice.
You're asleep.
So.
Disadvantage.
But am I waking up?
Can you beat an 11?
Nope. I'm a clown.
With the more rouge here.
Right.
Yeah,
just
that's
a
it,
little
that's
bit
it,
more.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
I'm gonna copy down what I already wrote. I don't know if TJ will have a problem with that, but, and then we'll go out
Outside the dome.
and verify that what I wrote is the same as what you have on your paper.
Okay. See if it's actually written in primordial.
Do you guys want alone time, or do you want me to just send Shikara out there? If something goes really funky, he might poof, but I'll be okay, and I can wake everybody else.
Well, hopefully, if we're outside the dome, it won't damage everybody else again.
Magical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I just, if you need help, I don't want you guys to be dying out there if something
I
really
don't-
bad happened.
It wants me to be able to read it, so I don't think that it's going to hurt me. It just appears to hurt everyone.
It doesn't want
like
anyone else
for
to
us to know because I was deaf for a second. Then I heard no sound, so I went, okay, let me fix that.
Yeah. For some reason, it only wants me to be able to read it, but I can't read the language, so it doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard of any stories of other worldly beings making sense, so not even the gods. So
Why would they make sense?
No.
We're insignificant to them. Why would they make sense?
Sorry.
I find the whole thing very.
There's some interesting parts in here.
the finishes and touches on Zemdak, so he's the sad
You
clown.
kind of stopped at a certain point. Like, we're watching it.
Yeah, it's after they were talking about the sacrifice, it showed a picture, and mind you, the book did not want me to be able to interpret it either, else I could have gotten farther. But it showed a picture of a caldera of a volcano, and when it was saying that some sacrificers sent themselves, it showed a humanoid throwing themselves into the volcano.
I
I don't-
wonder who or they were sacrificing themselves to.
And I don't know. I don't know enough about the primordials that they were a sect decided that they didn't trust the land and sky and water and
Have I heard anything in my past about sacrifices to Kosu with people actually like throwing themselves into a volcano or
I'm going to give you an option here.
okay.
Roll a history or a religion check.
So clarification,
Sure.
Leatherbeard is 7 days.
Yeah.
So on the 9th,
Are
I should have made
the
a check.
same modifier.
Because I put it on
Okay,
on the
then
2nd.
do it. Do it now, just because we got lost in our.
I put it on the 2nd.
Sure.
It's 25% chance.
Okay, and then each day after, or each 7 days.
Every 7 days after
Okay,
that,
so go ahead and roll that.
Oh,
it goes up another 25.
Jesus.
But it,
It's a 9, which
That
means
beard's
it's
permanent.
that beard's permanent.
And has been for the past 5 days.
Oh my god, so you're the sad clown with a beard. I love that.
so it's okay. So the leather beard is gone though. Did
the
you
leather
have
beard's
that?
gone then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I took my disguise kit.
But you know what? You can feel it now. You can like feel like it's got like the thickness of Cody's beard. It's like it's nice. Except it's rounded. It's well manicured. You're like
As we were
Argus is like,
traveling, as we were traveling, I've been braiding it, dwarven style.
oh, you guys are so cute.
A good braid looks nice on a beard.
All right, what did you get on your?
And that one.
Ooh, for a total of
5.
5. Okay. You know that you know just without making a check that the primordial language is not a dialect, but a completely different language that is the root of languages like the elemental Ignin, Aquan, Orin, and Terran. That being said, somehow it must have morphed into those other languages. And there was probably a people that spoke primordial way back. Whether it came from large entities like Kosuth or the people of the land, you don't know.
Okay.
But you do know that Kosuth himself is a primordial.
Right. That's why I was like, if I knew any of my acolyte background stuff where people were actually like sacrificing themselves to him.
Unfortunately, sorry, with the 5 I can't really give you an answer.
Yeah.
Do you want to step outside the dome so we don't deafen everyone or blind everyone or God knows what would happen again, to see if the languages match?
Yeah. I wanted to copy it again and then hand her the one.
Were you copying it in primordial? Okay.
Just to see if the text match.
Cool. You can't see the text.
No,
No, but
I was
he's gonna hand
hand
it to
her
me.
my.
Okay, yeah, you hand it to her.
See if it matches.
Sure, with no roll required, they look very, very similar.
Okay.
However, as you are handed the book, you see as the inks start to bleed away, they're very, very, very gradually starting to bleed away and resurface themselves in a different type of ink, a thicker ink. As you see it in her hand, you see all of the text that you have written slowly starting to bleed away.
That's
So
what I
it
said.
absorbed.
Only when you held it.
Did the language
That's why I
change?
said I copied it first.
No, but you handed her the copy you did.
No, but I said I copied my copy first.
Oh, you did? I didn't miss that
Oh.
part. I'm sorry. Was I?
No.
No,
it was
I,
just now.
that's what I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you made
just-
2 copies.
He did as she was talking, made a copy in primordial, and then just before they stepped out the door.
Okay, so you need to roll another wisdom saving throw.
and I had written it down.
Natural
in-
20.
You're fine.
I had
Shit, you feel that pressure again, but you push through it. What's that total of, just so I know?
27? Oh, wait. Which thing am I doing? Wisdom?
Yeah, wisdom saving.
27.
Okay, you're good. So you hand her one of the copies, and you can see as the text is just
Because that's what I expected.
like
to
an
happen.
ink down
Yeah.
a drain. It just starts to disappear, and for you it does that thing, but then it like reverses itself in like a thicker kind of ink that resurges itself onto the page, and now they both look exactly the same.
So it went
Does
down
the
and then
rest of it-
came back.
Like, yeah, for you it didn't
Where-
come
Right,
back.
so it straightened itself out so that it matched.
Does
It
it
was like,
stop?
oh, he copied me wrong.
No. I'm sorry. Let me describe it a little better. The copy that he handed you,
Right.
nothing happened to your original copy,
Right,
or the
okay.
copy that you made. The copy that he handed you, as soon as it went into your hands and you looked at it, it looked as though each character of the ink itself was bleeding back into the page and being sucked down a drain, and the ink was like fading. And
But the
gone,
moment I
gone.
started to read it, it reappeared.
No.
Yeah.
It just on its own did that, and it was gone for you. And then for you, it came back in a thicker, different type of ink.
My question is,
So
does
somebody
it stop?
else is writing it.
Is one larger and the other one stop? The copy I gave you stop at a certain spot,
It appears that
or did
The
it make
char-
it full?
just to clear up any confusion, the characters that you wrote in your ink
Right. This
were siphoned off of the page so that you could no longer deal with them, but it couldn't get rid of the characters that were written, so it replaced them with characters that only she could read. Even though they're exactly the same, there's something magically different about them.
That's why I was
But
asking.
it
made
only
it
happened
so-
when you touched
I was
it.
asking if her copy and the copy I handed her are identical completely, or does it stop? where
From
the
what
other
you
guy-
saw, they are identical completely. The only
okay.
the difference was it did this thing and then back.
Right.
We
So in other words,
have never
it's
been
still
able to
got-
see her copy.
Right, and
It's-
that's why I was
Right.
wondering if it
Yeah.
stops.
But to
like,
her-
it's not a full copy.
It's not a
of her
full copy. No, it's
No,
not a
it's
full
just what
copy.
you
That's what I was
wrote down.
asking. That's what I was asking. If it
Yeah, no,
stopped.
yours is
Where-
chapters and chapters and chapters and chapters more
Okay.
than what he was able to get down.
Right. So I look at you and I'm like, well, whoever it is that is controlling this, or whatever power is controlling this, still wants me to be able to read it. I guess the only way I'm going to get through this whole book is if I actually learn how to write and read Primordial. Because magic's not going to do it. It's.
I mean, it did. It just was mad.
Oh yeah. I'll wait. So, whoever this is wants me to learn this rather than cheating. It seems. Not that magic is cheating, but it's wanting me to
Taking
take
the
the
short
long.
way out.
Yeah, it wants me to take the long way around. So, I inked my common translation, and I'm gonna start studying and trying to read Primordial.
You the common translation that you ink, because you were able to understand, no problem. You're able to do that, no problem. You guys can't read it. It's just not there. It's just blank pages.
She wrote it in common.
I did write it.
You wrote it in common.
Yeah. As
Did I
she
make
was-
you roll anything?
I
did make you roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I could hear through Shakar, and I was still able to write.
Okay.
But I wrote it in common while
I'm gonna give you a
Argus wrote
freebie.
it.
I'm gonna give you a freebie here. You saw this happen. You know, under no circumstances should you hand that book to her.
Yeah.
If you hand that to her, all of that information is gone.
Yeah, no, and especially whatever you guys would tell me if you came back.
Yeah,
and
it's.
Cold
I
enough
have to
already,
learn
you
this on
just
my
listen
own.
to sound.
yeah.
But something is. Someone is lying to me, and I need to figure out who.
Is it
Something's not matching.
Is it lying, or is it maybe just you have to learn the hard way in order to truly understand something?
My teachers love to have us do things the hard way.
As
Yeah.
you say that, Cole, you hear the voice, the disembodied voice in the back. That happened when this all happened. And you don't hear words. You just get a sense of gratitude. Thank you.
You guys just see Cole get a little bit of a weird face. He doesn't say anything. He just gets this
Did
weird
something
face.
else from this hit you?
Not from that, but the one who's made this seem to happen said, I got a feeling of gratitude from it.
Like after you logged all that information in your head.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Whatever is part of me now liked to hear what you shared with us. Oh, God.
I wonder if there are things that we do not fully understand. You know.
Oh, there's a lot I don't.
I mean, I'm just I'm
for a
stating,
log.
I'm observing
Of course,
things.
everything.
You know,
It makes me wonder if maybe.
What are you talking about? I know everything.
Something like that.
That's true.
It's the same thing.
possibly.
You only need to
I'm
know
just-
5. That's all there is.
Are you connected with the primordials?
No, I'm connected to a fetish, but
Fetish?
It's really dangerous. It's not good. It's a weird thing. It's
Zemdak won't take it out when I'm around anymore.
Heck,
Or me.
Well, after this, no.
it makes people mad, basically.
Is it
I
having something to do with
resemble
the
that, thank you
hags?
very much.
No, nothing
No.
at all.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's something else, and even with holding it in a completely extra dimensional space, you would think that would work, but no.
It
It's,
reached out to me through the bag of holding.
Lovely.
It's entered our dreams before.
Yeah, it's
Locked in a lead box in a different dimension.
Magically locked.
It can still affect us here in this plane.
Right. So
Log and I actually fought over it one time.
Was that the time?
I was-
I wanted
that
to
was
kill
like the
him.
first time.
I thought
I was
about
like, yeah, that was
Leave
one
it
of
in
the
the
first times, and that's when it first went into the bag of holding and stayed there.
Yeah, that was like the first time I met you guys.
No, this is before we even met you. This is before we were in Carradine.
The first
Yeah,
time it happened.
There was.
But there was a second time.
Yeah, there was multiple times.
No,
You guys were fighting over the idol.
The
for
Baker's
sure.
Dozen found another one,
Yes.
and they've been having major issues with it. The Scoop messaged me to ask if we figured out how to destroy it.
Are we talking the next morning now?
No, still
No,
alive.
so we're just asleep.
Yeah,
You can always recast the dome if you need to.
Or no, just
Because
because
I was going to cast Sending
with
before
both
going
of
to
them
bed.
talking, I was trying to figure out if we had slept all night or not. Because he said
No, not yet.
Yeah.
I'm not resting.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, it's late, and I guess I have a lot to think about.
Revik, you now consider Junior Maker as a dwarf.
Sorry.
As far as your protocol goes, I sense beard. Beard means dwarf. Gnomes can't grow beards. So, Junior Maker is now a dwarf? Confused.
I really spend a lot of brain power on it.
Perfect.
God, I'm just loving the fact that you got this real beard now, and you look like a sad clown with a real beard.
Why does he look
Cobra
like a
clown.
sad clown?
So while you were upstairs, I snuck over and did the disguise kit. We did a roll, perception against sleight of hand.
Okay.
And it
I
was
won.
Silly.
So I
It
made
was
it
a
look
prank
like a
thing,
sad
I
clown.
understand.
So I am a clown.
You're a
With a
sad
beard.
clown with a big beard.
Yep.
Great. You look like an out-of-work clown.
Oh no.
Oh, that's so sad.
So I can naturally not grow a beard?
I mean, no. This is your natural beard now. It will continue to grow.
The beard doesn't continue to grow
Oh.
unless you can already naturally grow a beard.
So no, it's just there.
It's a static beard.
It's a static beard. That's
It's perfectly
fantastic.
groomed.
It is perfectly groomed.
Started out as a perfect illusion,
It's
so
a lot
it's,
of work to get that
Yeah.
beard. My beard
but it
doesn't
is
look like
what it is for the until it's gone.
Yeah.
Does Cole have a beard?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yes, it
does.
does.
Right.
Well,
So I believe everybody. Well, you have fur, so yeah, that counts. Except for the constructs, all the dudes have beards. Okay, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to
Sleeping.
cast Sending on my dad.
Okay,
And tell him,
Grimmin.
large chunk of adamantine, thousands of pounds. We'll need something to get it out. We'll show you when I see you.
Okay, all right. Wonderful. Can't wait to see you. Your sister is very excited. Don't know if you know, but your mother is stress forging. Love you. See you soon.
Okay.
You know what that means. It's like when you're like you stress and you just start washing dishes
have
or
to
start
wa-
cleaning.
you have to
She's like
wa-
stress forging. She's like sword, sword, sword.
Before going to bed, I'll be a little good berry fairy and give everybody 2 good berries, just like next to their pillows, basically. Before.
A turn down service.
Yeah.
Mint on the pillow.
Yeah.
Before I go to sleep, I'll recast it just to make sure we get that full 8
Yeah.
hours.
Did you need a
You got
daylight
it.
tonight?
Yeah. It would help. I mean, I feel like every
Okay,
once
daylight.
in a okay, thank you.
Oh, did you turn off the light and turn to sleep?
Just
Yeah.
needed a yes.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
have it.
Okay.
Uh,
Go ahead and roll
Thank
your
you.
wisdom save and throw with advantage, young lady.
do you want me to do it now or when the 3 days hits? Because it's a weird counter thing.
Right, but did any of your other triggers happen today?
No.
Okay, so then in 3 days.
Okay.
You don't get advantage on it if this persists. Obviously, the advantage has to persist throughout for that thing. If it's one of the triggers, unless one of the triggers does the thing. Great. Okay. You guys read anything else before you rest down for the day? Night. Okay. You guys rest.
Oh, I'll eat the carrots instead of the good berries, so that
You
saves
got
my
it.
trigger.
My carrots.
My carrots.
Great. You guys rest down for the evening. That makes this the next day. What, the 13th?
14th.
The 14th.
No, the 13th.
The 13th. That's
Yeah,
correct. The 13th. Okay. Anything you guys doing in the morning before you continue on for travel?
Do I wake up earlier than the rest of them?
I mean, I'm just gonna say for argument's sake, just to make it around the same time. But if you'd like to wake up earlier, you can. A couple minutes. Yeah.
I mean, I went deaf.
Sure. What is it you're trying to accomplish? You're trying to do more pranks?
Yes.
Okay. Sure.
Prestidigitation myself,
Okay.
just in case.
Okay. Make yourself not look like Bozo. You got it.
You realize that without us like responding to it first?
Oh, I would.
We've been doing it automatically.
Oh, that's right. You do it every morning. That's
Because he
right.
can't get clean.
Just preventative, prophylactic.
It's like your shower in the
Self-preservation.
morning, right? Like,
Right.
You know, just
I want to.
A lot cleaner than how this break was going for a while.
What?
Um,
What you doing?
I'm gonna soil one of Cole's socks.
Okay. Not with poo. Just
No, just
you just make it dirty and stanky.
You're
Yes.
doing,
Okay.
you're doing what I did to you before with the prestidigitation, aren't you?
Okay. Okay. So just make one of his socks dirty and stanky.
Yes.
You got it. So it's like one of the. It's like you know when like sometimes you forget to change a sock and it gets like thin, and all the cloth gets like super thin and it doesn't. It just gets wet. It doesn't keep your foot warm. It just gets wet and stanky and gross. Yeah. It's like that. It's horrible.
What the hell is up with my sock? Prestidigitation, my sock.
I mean, you probably wouldn't notice this until halfway through travel.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Be about halfway through the day when I noticed that my socks were really wet, and I'm like, oh.
Okay. So, if there's nothing else,
Vinny Jones.
Vinny Jones, you got it.
Vinny Jones again, huh?
So you gotta do it for like a few
Major
days.
Yeah, I
Then
get
switch it
that.
You guys
gotcha,
remember,
I gotcha.
Mage Armor lasts for 8 hours. So
Yeah.
if you guys get into a fight in the evening, your Mage Armor has long since faded.
gotta pop it again.
Yeah,
Everybody
more
should have 2 good
Yeah.
berries on them.
Okay.
Though, so
Who wants to roll for today then?
Noelle, you skipped it, so
Alright.
I think it's your turn.
I don't like how late.
How many days away are we from the intersection now? It should be like 2.5 days.
2.5.
2.5 days.
87.
87.
It's a good year.
87.
Guys, there's something wrong with these tectonic plates.
She's fine. 88 and 87.
You just keep rolling the same
Range.
as it starts to die down yet again.
How often does it do this? Like,
You've been here.
This is
You know
every-
how often it does it.
You guys have
Every
noticed
day.
this is a
This is-
lot.
This is a little much, but the worm might have messed something up.
There might be like a migration or something that we just happened to cross through. I don't know, but
but this is like normal to be worried about this.
normal to be
thing,
worried
though?
about it. Yes, but for there to be this many worms, that's not.
I have to throw it out that just because he likes to do things. Could this be the host?
Probably not.
There's not just Emrys in the world that can cause problems.
Oh, I know, but he likes to make.
We could
things
just
that
be
not
supremely
normal.
unlucky, which is very, very likely.
Yeah.
You know, the poles could be shifting, that kind of thing.
Like I
I
said,
say that I'm pretty.
mass
pretty
worm
unlucky.
migration.
Right. Exactly.
Every 10 years, they gather somewhere.
They have a fun par.
history check.
Fun farms here.
Can I get higher than a 1 this time?
Can you?
You
I don't know.
13.
13. There's something about like old history and tremors and like the Razorfang mountain range that hits your head, but you don't.
For being trained in history, I really roll pretty crappy for it.
Yeah. You're like you were like trained. You're like, yeah, but I don't give a shit. Yeah, I know this. When am I ever going to use this math in real life?
It's not about fire.
I'm just going to burn my textbooks, burn our bras. Let's do it.
Wait, do you think of anything? I'm trying to help him in some sort of like history.
You wouldn't. This is all happening internally.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's try.
Sorry.
Great. So that's the end of the day. You guys, who wants to roll to see if they find a little side tunnel?
Oh, let's do it. Come on. All three of us ready?
Yeah, you guys. This has become a thing.
24.
You beat me to a 30-20.
What'd you get, Safka?
23.
So this
You
is
said
how
I
I'm
could
view-
do survival, right?
Yes, you could.
Yeah, then 23.
23. Yeah. So Safka, you actually see it first, but then you like see Zemdak is about to notice it, and you're just like, I'll let him have this one.
I'm like, I don't want to get into it. Last time it was weird, and you got mad at me.
Guys, right there. I saw it first. Great. Well, unless you guys want to do something specific this evening, we can just roll into the next day.
I will try to figure out that spell a little bit more as much as I
Okay,
can.
roll another Arcana check.
Did you?
You can do the same thing with your earworm if you want to.
I was about to ask if you're
Can
going
I
to do something. If you
roll
want
to
to
see
enhance
if it's,
Oh,
if I
well,
notice that
but-
it's my sock
but if
giving off the
that's-
smell, or if it's
Absolutely,
something else.
yeah. Roll perception.
Yeah, but if that's the case, I would obviously be like starting to bunker down.
I was about to
Arcana
go.
would be
oh,
10.
did you need some help? I was going to enhance ability here.
Sure, you
Perception.
can do that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just
I was
pushing
going
it
for
to
my
get us
earworm
okay.
There you go.
Just trying to find a good cutoff.
Thanks.
10 on the earworm.
10. Unfortunately, no. You're struggling finding a tune. Every time you start, all that gets stuck in your head is. So you're like struggling to find your own tune. It's like how I constantly have the. We don't talk about Bruno stuck in my head from
Oh, yeah.
Encanto, and I can't get it out of my head
It's
no
been
matter
bad,
what I do.
guys.
It's been a real bad.
Kids,
No
the
boobs,
whole thing
only
on
eyes.
constant on Alexa.
Oh my
In
God.
the
Oh,
bed.
yeah, it was funny
God.
the video you showed me with pressure with them too.
Yeah, Jesus.
25 on the perception check.
Yeah, your sock is a stanky sock. You got a
Pull it.
stanky sock.
Stink sock.
I pull it off and clean it with prestidigitation.
That's like, it's got mold growing on. It's nasty. And you were walking on that all day long. You notice like one of your toenails has that like yellowing fungi thing to it now.
He's not going to say that he's just going to give Zeb
You know where like
side
the
eye.
toenails get like thick and there's a bunch of layers that just expand because there's fungi growing with each layer of keratin. You know what I'm talking about? They got like this crunchy like it looks like geostrata. It's gross as shit.
Cole's not going to say that he's just going to give Zemdak the side eye from like just.
And I don't notice at all.
Great, cool.
Any of my free time has been spent studying that weapon diagram.
Oh yes, the ironwood parchment. Go ahead and roll a Arcana check for me. Oh no, tinkering check.
I just point and border got dirty 20 for my Arcana check for.
That's a success. Go ahead and
Okay.
mark down a success.
26.
26.
Curious.
I'm like, what's that?
Here's the weird thing. You look at this. This should work. You're like, I mean, you don't understand it entirely, but the way it was written out, it should work. But you can see like there's notes on it being like trash, utter trash. It's like you know, I'll try again, the whole deal. But this should work. So unfortunately, you didn't roll high enough to see, even with the 26,
Sure.
to see what was wrong with it.
Yep.
But you are like beginning to understand it. Granted, in order to construct this thing, you're going to need some components that you just don't have access to
Yeah.
yet. Anything else? Yes.
Translating, learning how to read.
Sure. So I'm going to say this is going to be a long drawn out
Yeah.
thing, most likely between you and Argus and Willow. You can attempt to teach her the language. What is your intelligence score for me? Just let me know.
15.
15, and how many languages do you already know?
Common, Infernal, Dwarven, and Undercommon.
Okay, so you have room for just one more language.
Okay.
Because based on your intelligence score, however many numbers that is above 10 is how many languages you can learn. So you know 4 right now, so you can learn 1 more. So if the primordial is the one you want to learn, again, it's going to take a long time to learn. So you're going to do like the same thing as you did for like teaching Log his spells, for his performance checks, and then for you, intelligence checks. Straight intelligence checks.
Xanathar's has specific rules.
Oh, they do?
It's 10 work weeks to learn a language or a tool.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. I mean, that's still a long fucking time. What I'll do is I'm going to do like a like 20 checks, and once you succeed on all 20 of them,
Okay.
and once you get 20 successes, that's when you'll learn the language. Just to make it
Sounds
easy,
good.
because I
Yeah.
mean, about that time, you will have to. Obviously, there's going to be certain times where you're not going to be able to try again if you fail really bad. You're going to have to wait a couple days for you to be like, hold on, let me absorb this information. That kind of thing. Does that make sense? Just same reason why it takes people years to learn new languages if they're not bilingual or trilingual or polyglottal.
I got a 19.
19.
14.
14. You can roll that with advantage because of how high he rolled.
Get the crackling.
14 again.
14 again. Okay, that is
Really well.
it is a mild success. So that
Okay.
is, you can still count, put that down as one tally towards. How this works, unfortunately, just because of the nature of primordial language, it is entirely contextual, meaning that every word that you say entirely depends on the previous word and words and successive words and words. So just learning words and characters doesn't, no matter how much you know, unless you understand the entire language, really doesn't mean anything to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like just because I can read dog
Doesn't mean you
I'm
can
going to
actually read dog because it's entirely dependent on the words before it and after it. Like you know the word dog if it's isolated and that's the only word on the
Right.
page.
But it could be beast, and in another context, it means,
Something entirely different, like fang or pack, or something entirely different, or something that's actually a euphemism to something or a figurative point
Yeah.
of speech.
So I just need 20 successes, so I've got one.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, cool. And if nothing else, you guys bed down for the
Oh,
evening.
actually, I was gonna,
Yes.
Argus, do you think you can do another sending?
Yeah.
Maybe I should let my mom know some stuff going on.
Okay. What do you want to say? Okay.
Oh, this is to your mother.
Yes.
Okay.
Who I've sent to before.
Yes, the one that didn't at first believe you.
Right.
Her name is
Rudrin, I think? Yeah, Rudrin.
Brudrin. That's correct. The matriarch.
Do you really want me to do it?
Yeah, I'll have to unlock it.
There's one word in there that doesn't make grammatically sense, but I have to say it because you wrote it.
Well, so yeah, it's probably.
I mean, do you feel that's how log might tell you how to send a message?
I know. That's why. Oh, okay. You ready? Still alive, you? Beware Emrys Ehrenbach and all Ehrenbachs, but you should probably know that much. Can't come soon. Stay strong. You are not forgotten.
Because it was still alive. You? That's but.
Oh, I understand. It's just- so that inflection is entirely lost on Argus. And he's like, still alive, you? How long y'all are? Perfect. There's a moment of labored breathing that you hear. I am alive. My son is as well. From what I understand. You are right to be wary of the namesake. Stay away. Do not come looking for your mother.
So yeah, she's still alive. She says don't come looking for her, and yeah, stay away from the Ehrenbachs.
Oh, fuck that.
We seem to have a lot of that situation when I usually send them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else?
I'm gonna stay up and pray.
Okay. You do so. I'm not gonna make you roll a religion check. You're just praying.
Yeah.
It's just part of your deal. You're gonna stay up all night?
No, I'm waiting for Cole to fall asleep.
Oh my god. False pretenses.
Cole goes to sleep.
Okay, Cole goes to sleep.
I'm going to go mess with his tuning on his instrument.
Oh,
He
that's-
touched my fire.
He touches fire. He touches fire.
What did I miss that?
No, you were there. It was when last time when he tried to put me in catnap right afterwards.
Oh, you got rid of
I
his fire.
used prestidigitation to shut down his fire.
Oh, oh my god! As a musician, like that is the worst
yes.
thing.
You don't touch my connection to ID.
Yeah,
I
mess
know.
with his
You also
guns.
don't touch a fucking
Yeah.
musician's instrument.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, this is wild. Okay, so go ahead and do me a roll slide a hand check to see how sneaky and quiet you
I'm
can
gonna
do this.
cast enhance ability on my dexterity.
Oh my god! How petty are you?
Very much so. You touched my fire.
I'm just messing with you.
What's my sleight of hand? 19.
19. Yeah, I mean you do it. How badly do you mess it up? Are you trying to make it tiny things? Like,
I'm
or
making.
are you trying to like really fuck it
I'm
up?
That
I'm gonna
matches
mess
with
with-
my passive perception.
I'm gonna mess with one
You're
a
asleep.
lot, and the other one's just a little bit.
So one, you're gonna make like 2 whole notes away.
Uh-huh.
And then one, you're just making like a quarter tone away. Ooh, that's so bad.
Okay, yeah.
That hurts. So like 2 of the notes are exactly the same, and 1 note is just completely out of tune with the rest of them, just because it's a quarter tone. Until it's like, and it has you can hear like the double tones.
Especially
of
if
the
you
sound.
make it the third and going up to
Oh.
the Oh my
it's
god.
like a diminished Italian 6.
Yep,
It's horrible.
Yep.
I don't get any chance to see if I hear him messing with my
You're
instrument.
asleep, motherfucker.
I've got a pretty high perception.
Yeah, he rolled really well in his sleight of hand, unfortunately. So
Yeah, you matched my passive.
yeah, but your passive isn't active when you are unconscious.
I know. That's why I'm saying, like.
Okay, so you guys, yes. Anything else?
I cuddle Lammy. It's the end of the third day.
Please roll for me. You do get advantage because of the daylight
Literally,
and
that
the
happened the
carrots.
day before. Yeah.
I know, I got him. I know you got me back.
That's 13, which is still a success.
I'm gonna get blamed for that,
Messing with my power.
and it's gonna
How do you know
escalate.
Your power.
Because I have
No, I know
a
you got me
DC
back,
that
'cause
I'm
I
keeping
keep
track of
Oh, I
every
thought
time.
I was prescribing the DC.
No, I keep track of the DC here every
Okay.
time that.
Right, because it's compounding.
Yep.
That's right,
It's
because it
just
gets
like-
harder and harder and harder
it's
the
like
longer you
wild
stay
magic.
underground. Yep. So even if you succeed, it still gets harder and harder until you fail.
Yep.
And then, yep. Ooh. Okay, anything else? Or are we doing more pranks before we fall asleep?
No.
I got him back yesterday.
Okay,
so
all right. So you guys go to sleep, and you wake up on the... Well, whose roll? Actually...
Perception for the watchers.
Yes, for the watchers, please. You got your twag back? Great. This will be going into the 14th, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Because that's looking so bad for me.
You're the one who touched my fire. You escalated it.
Come on, baby, touch my fire.
My power, your power.
Oh, yeah, no, this is.
What
This is
did
not
we
done yet.
start this session? What day did we start this session? On the 11th?
11th. It was
My power.
mid through the 11th.
Yep.
Your power.
We were attacked the morning of the 11th by the one.
You got it. Okay. Conk?
12 for Conch.
14.
It's just
14?
Dave, I'm gonna kill
12.
you.
12?
Nat 20 for a 23.
23.
For Shakar.
You know,
Okay.
just how I felt when you touched
Shakar.
my fire.
Notices in one of the cracks of the side tunnel that you're in something odd, like dark green but also a tinge of blue, kind of ooze out from one of the cracks. And it starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger until it goes and it plops into a small little cube. And it's got 2 eyes and like a mouth like on it. And it's just and it kind of just slides along the side, goes over to where there's some mushrooms, and just kind of sits on the mushrooms, or just envelops them with its form, and goes like, one more.
It doesn't seem any sort of menacing at all, right? I mean, this is Shakar too, so he doesn't.
Shakar's just watching it.
Okay.
After about like 20-30 minutes, all of the mushrooms has been dissolved from that location, and it finds another crack to just suck itself down. It's gone.
Okay.
Little cute friend.
Yeah.
Why is it following us? I don't know this. I'm asleep.
What was that your friendly cube?
Yeah, no, it's been.
The next day you wake up in the morning. This is the 14th of Hylock.
you guys gonna all have your long rests. Anything you guys want to do in the morning before you head out?
Shakar will tell me what he saw during the night.
He will indeed, as best he can.
Yeah, I mean, looks like some sort of like weird, was he cube thing came? He had the weird little funny smile and was eating mushrooms. Came by last night and then went back into the cracks.
Did it sit on the mushroom and absorb it? Is it like this big?
I mean, perspectives are a little weird.
It was
for
about
Shakar.
like 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet, or
Yeah.
like 3 foot by 3 foot.
Maybe like,
But yeah, that's about the same size.
yeah.
I'm like,
He ate mushrooms and then did his own thing and then went back into the cracks. That was the most interesting thing last night. But okay, well,
that sounds like the little dude that pointed me toward him.
oh,
And in turn, you guys. Which means he's following us.
okay.
So if it's a coincidence, I don't believe in coincidence.
Okay, so should we be on the lookout for him? Do you want me to?
He
If
didn't seem aggressive. He's just, I don't know. Or bored, or curious, or something more.
okay, I mean next time if
Was he? I don't know. How fast is he if he's following us?
He goes through cracks and crevices, and we're not moving that fast.
True.
yeah, I mean if any one of us sees him next time,
Say
that
hi.
we're- say hi. Just see what happens.
Yeah, say hi.
Okay. I mean that might be hard for Shakar to say, but maybe Revik, if you say something.
I didn't see it.
You can if Shakar
Yeah,
notices
sure.
it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll let Shakar next time you see him. Just give Revik, yeah, come on. You know.
He flies
about
over to your shoulder, Revit lands on it, and just pecks you in the cheek.
Ooh.
We'll just do that, is what he's
that.
saying.
Yeah,
I'll just do that. If I see something, I'll peck you.
he'll do that.
Clink, clink.
I guess he'll do that next time he sees something that might be kind of interesting. Or of something that might be of high alert.
I love how stoic he is. Great. Anything else before we're heading out for the day? Yes.
Prestidigitation.
Yes. This is becoming like a PTSD thing. I'll never get clean again. I can never take enough showers. Perfect. Anything else? Yes.
Cole's grabbing his
Vinny who?
Vinny Jones.
Vinny Joe.
Cole's grabbing his lute, probably like he does every morning, and starts to strum it a little bit and discovers.
That didn't sound good.
There was
What
something
happened?
wrong with
You
your
forgot how to play.
I'm gonna look at both Argus and Zemdak and say, if I ever find out which one of you did this, you're not gonna like the results.
Both of you. I'm sorry, Argus. You gotta roll a deception check for that fucking face. Just be like,
Persuasion from me.
15.
I'm trying. I'm watching them both, see if I
Sure,
can
sure,
figure something
sure.
out. But
Are you trying to make it look like you did it or no?
No, I'm just saying he forgot how to play.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead, roll it. If you want to roll insight, you can.
oh god, 14. So I was just underneath him.
Yeah, so
Can't tell.
you can't tell. We have a sneaking suspicion they're all working together. Everyone's out to get you now.
Well, considering Argus, I know for sure has helped me before.
Right. So you don't know.
And I've seen him do prank wars on NPCs.
Okay. Who wants to roll the die for today? Travel die for today. This is
I
now we're
haven't
just like
rolled one.
1.5 days away now, right?
Yes.
So
we're-
tomorrow you guys should reach the intersection.
Yes. Not today. Midday tomorrow.
Midday tomorrow you should reach the
The
intersection.
15th.
And you get the good berry, you get the good
You
berry.
gotta keep it flat.
Oh, that's not good.
And mage armor.
97? I think that was the last time we ran into Grandpa Cool.
98.
Cole, would you please roll a
Oh no.
D4 for me?
One.
1. You make your way down the triway, or up the triway, as it were. And the day trudges on. Again, same old, same old, same old. No tremor today, which is a thankful, at least
gracious giving from whatever nature, whatever power may be, perhaps maybe even Morden's grace, you don't know. But you trudge on forward, and beginning in the early, I would say early afternoon of the day, a little bit past midday, maybe 2/3 of the way through your travel, you start to hear clink, ching, ching, cling, cling, ching, ching, cling, cling, cling. Sounds like Argus, you with your passive perception and just your knowledge of what it is that's going on here, this sounds like miners at work. But it appears not as heavy-handed. It appears more delicate. And you hear it echoing down from the tunnel. As you continue forward, unless you want to stop, a group of individuals come into view. A large swath of the eastern side of the Triway has been carved out of the side. It looks like, and peering from the stone, are what looks like massive old bones. This looks like some sort of archaeological dig site that a bunch of archaeologists are working on. They appear to have found something that was embedded into the side of the Triway and have begun excavating it. So the Triway itself has kind of opened up on the eastern side to this larger cavern that they've slowly, ever so surely carved out as something is only probably small amount of it was actually piercing through to the side of the Triway. Someone noticed it and decided to excavate a large portion off to the eastern side. There are many people here. There's about 25 miners of human, dwarven, gnomish. There's a tiefling here or there. A veritable assortment of races, all just here paid to dig very excruciatingly, very careful. These bones are fucking massive.
Anatomically, does it look like the thing we found south of Carradine?
Roll a... I'm gonna say nature check. Yes, you may. Six.
14.
Unfortunately, with the orientation of this, it doesn't give you a good enough an idea as to what it is.
14.
14. Possibly. But the magnitude of the size really makes it difficult to get a proper perspective to really judge this properly. You try to sort through anything that you know, nothing really fits this. Or at least you'd have to get a better wide angle look at it. It'd have to be more excavated for you to get a proper look. It's not excavated enough. There's a large portions of it is, but it's fucking huge. It is bigger than the purple worm itself, and that's just one bone that appears to not have any other constituent parts.
Is there...
So I don't think it's the same kind of creature that we saw before. It's too big. I want to just ask them what they found. I mean,
That was my thing. I was going to ask you if there's anybody that looks like they're in charge so that we can see.
There are. It looks like there is a female gnome that appears to be has one of those double brimmed hats on, which doesn't make any sense because there's no sun down here. But she's still sporting it anyway. She's got packs. She's got 2 side satchels, one on each shoulder, 2 mining picks here, and what appears to be blueprints that she has some sort of portable desk table that's attached to her waist that she's just kind of walking around with and making notes. And she's pointing people to that area and pointing people to that area and being all right, we need to shore up that area, and don't forget, no, we need supports in before we start excavating the tibula or the fibula or the femur or the ulna. We don't know yet, but we'll figure it out.
Should we talk to them? They look like they're in charge.
probably. I mean, yeah. I'm curious. I'm sure, as a, I feel like my sister always goes on about all her discoveries. I'm sure other scientists are really excited to talk about their stuff.
Yeah, if I pass this up and don't ask questions, the college will tear me a new one. So
Okay. Let's
Cole's gonna walk up and go, hello, we're passing through. What are you doing here? I'm sure the college would love to know what you're doing.
Oh,
Hi. Hello. Yes, we're doing. This is an excavation shot. I am Barbara Swishstone. I am the head archaeologist here, working for this excavation. In this particular one, we discovered. It doesn't matter. We have found some big fucking bones, and also some smaller bones around it. And we are, as part of the College of the Unearthed, as I'm sure you are aware, I have been tasked with, as she flashes one of her own little badges, I have been tasked with taking care of this archaeological find and making sure it finds a good place in the annals of the Hall of Time, back at the College of the Unearthed.
He's good at going into annals.
I'm sorry?
Ignore him. Ignore him.
He's a really good researcher. That's what he's saying.
Ignore him.
Have you found any teeth?
He thinks he's funny. Just ignore him.
Are you a researcher as well, then? You're good at annals?
He's a good deep researcher. Yes.
I've been known to explore an annal or two.
He's
Always been great at spelunking.
He likes to get deep into his research.
Oh my god. Well, that's great. I'd love another researcher, but of course, you're not required to, delve that deep into this discovery. However,
how are all our PCs handling? Because I'm just imagining, they're taking it seriously. Like, we're supposed to just falling to the ground and laughing our asses off.
Have you found any teeth?
teeth.
A head?
Oh, yes, we found heads. Much smaller, humanoid size. And I guess teeth within them, of course.
Were they in the...
They're in the company of whatever this thing is.
Were they... So they were were they in the torso area?
No, they appear to be outside of it.
Oh.
One looks as though it was, well, from what we can tell, mounted on it?
Riding it.
Yes.
Have you found this creature's head?
No. No, I suppose we probably still have, at least another 50 feet of digging before we find that.
Did you find anything else besides just the skull, the humanoid skulls, like any tools or anything around there?
We did find petrified remains of what could be called weaponry. Swords and the like.
What was this gnome's name again, by the way, DM?
Oh, I'm Bagra Swishstone. A pleasure to meet you. Not head researcher, but
archaeologist.
Calvinistic archaeologist of the College of the Unearthed.
That was me asking you again so I get the spelling and stuff.
Sure,
like that,
I'm going to RP all of this.
Okay, that's fine.
Have you been able to identify what type of creature this is?
Oh boy, a creature of monolithic size, at the very least. We're not sure if it's. At the moment, we've only been able to, from what we can tell, excavate 1, 2 rib bones and 3 discs of the spine.
So you're coming at it from the side, kind of.
What?
Yeah, side and lower. So we have a couple other side tunnels that we've gone at, which is why we've been able to find the particular. There's another dig site just past the bend over there through that side tunnel where we found the remains of other petrified bones of possibly its prey. We're not sure.
Similar time frame.
Yes.
I lean down to Zemdak. Are you thinking what I'm thinking as far as maybe helping? And do you want to do the big animal or the weapons that the other humanoids?
The most accessible that we've been able to find is the prey. The rest is a lot.
Thinking we may not have time to stay and help, but this could be what I'm. If I'm thinking this is what it is, it could be similar to the thing we found.
Mm-hmm. It's 10 minutes, right? It could be worth it.
If you don't mind my asking, what was the first piece that led to this massive discovery?
From what I can tell, part of a protrusion of a spine disc that was bent in a very odd fashion, almost as though it was swimming or moving through some viscous or fluid. Whether it was air or water or something, didn't seem like it was burrowing. Well, I mean, unless it was a subterranean creature, I suppose that's. Ooh, I have to make an addendum to my notes.
Anyone in contact with the bones, experience any strange occurrences?
Shifting?
I don't know. Smelling something strange, feeling water that wasn't there, suddenly appearing somewhere they had no business being.
Hey, y'all all right?
We're good.
No,
Just bones? Just
bones.
regular old bones?
That's what I've been able to tell. I mean, they're not regular by any chance.
I mean,
the humanoid creatures that
obviously.
we've been excavating don't match anything that is on record.
So they're not even normal humanoids.
Oh no, definitely not.
And you
Not
have-
elves, not orcs.
No way.
Not...
No, their skulls are far too elongated.
And you haven't been able to identify them at all yet.
Well, that's
That's-
not entirely true.
Okay.
The prey, we believe, we might have been able to identify.
And that is.
Your supposition?
I believe they're colloquially known as mind flayers.
Something.
And that's where we're
chasing.
going to end this episode, guys. Thank you so much for staying with us. Everybody, please stay safe out there. This has been CrestVahllen D&D, the Argent Flame. Anything else that we have to add? Nope.
See you guys on the 13th.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in
Couple
2
weeks.
weeks for our next set of episodes. Stay safe out there, everybody. And we'll see you later.